All right, peace, y'all. This is Views from the 7 podcast. This you got Spencer join my homeboy, Ivan,
What's good?
wifey.
Ew.
Hey, man. Another week. Shout out to everybody. Hey, man, Noise, happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Hi, what you do?
Man, we went to Atomic Golf.
Okay.
That's a vibe.
Yeah, man. It
That's
also
what I heard.
really told me, like, I'm in my 30s now.
Yeah.
Because that's all the fuck I did. I went to Atomic Golf. I got drunk. The plan was we was going to go bar hopping, like, afterwards. We all looked at each other and was like, yeah, it's time to go home.
Yeah,
good
welcome.
night.
Niggas is drunk
Welcome.
and very full off these good-ass chicken wings.
That's the code. At least you got to get drunk, though, because you in your early 30s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You give about 5 years. You
What,
ain't gotta get
32?
drunk. You just
Yeah,
gonna
32.
You gonna go spend a little bit of time outside. Be
Yeah,
like, I'm going
man. I
home.
was like, man, it's time to go home.
Yeah, all like different, all
I'm
them going to
sleep.
different places and all that shit. That's
Yeah.
you find you one good place
I
to turn
instantly
up
thought
at.
about the drive to wherever the fuck we was going. It was like, yeah, if I get in this car, I'm going home.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. I don't even commit to plans like that. Like if we doing multiple things, I'm probably gonna meet you at one of those spots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pick one.
yeah,
Yeah,
which one?
yeah.
Because I can't. This is not gonna be an all day tour.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's young
Yeah.
shit, man.
My 30th birthday, that's exactly what we did. We went to Top Golf, went bar hopping. I was out till like 4 a.m.
Mm.
Great night.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Niggas was, bro. My best friend was falling asleep at the damn. He got pissy drunk.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking, he just in the booth passing out. I'm like, yeah,
That guy.
glory days are over, bro.
Once I got introduced to glasses, that's me now. I don't give a fuck.
Man, that was the only thing I was
I
missing.
find me a corner fast in the motherfucker. And
Also, I realized as I
Real
get
quick.
older, my golf swing gets way better.
all I know is to hit hard. That's it. I done been to a few ranges. I ain't never been to like a. Where did we go? Oh, Top Golf. We went to Top Golf. But I've been to like a few ranges. I've been to the one on the base a couple times.
Wait, they got a driving range on the base?
Hell yeah.
That was to me. I know about the one on the west side by Gibson. I know
Yeah.
about Northtown. That's it.
On the west side.
Yeah, by Gibson. Middle school. On Washington?
On like Washington and
Oh, shit. Okay. I know what you're talking about. That's Gibson?
Yeah.
Talking about Washington and Decatur?
Yeah. That's Gibson. Middle
Oh.
School.
No, you that's a golf course though.
Yeah.
Talking about like just driving range.
The one I don't know if it's the one
Yeah.
on Bonanza.
Yeah, Bonanza. It's one
Do
on base.
y'all know anybody that like really golfs for real? Like be going
Dre.
golfing?
Dre goes.
My dad, him and his friends, they get up super early and go. And I asked him, I'm like, Dad, do y'all be out there getting drunk? He was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
They
They
be
said
out
a lot
there
of
getting
a lot of deals are made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
while they out there drinking.
That's the best entertainment. I sit on my balcony and watch these motherfuckers play golf and get into it. Shit is fucking comedy, bro. Like, and they really be talking shit,
It's hard to hit that fucking ball.
bruh.
Yeah.
A golf swing is difficult.
Yeah.
Like
It's
that's
so
a skill.
difficult.
I have a
Yeah,
whole
it
new
is.
respect for Tiger
Yes.
Woods, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he did it like being big though. That's why
Yeah,
he did it like he was like the first golfer that really like
had some weight on him.
Yeah, that introduced like lifting weights and golfing.
I would understand why you would though. Like you want to strengthen certain muscles. Why I would assume it would improve your swing, but just it's the hand-eye coordination. That's some next level shit.
The hand-eye
That
cord,
is
it
the main
feels
thing.
strange fucking following through with a golf club. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
That's why doing the tough golf as a date.
It's-
Oh,
Make
nah.
yourself look like
I-
a fucking
That's
fool.
worse than bowling.
Yeah, I realized that early on. Like, I would never bring a girl with me to Top Golf. I look goofy as shit trying to hit this damn golf ball.
Yeah, that's one of the places I felt most inadequate because it's like, damn, I'm struggling to hit this motherfucker, but it's a nigga next to me whacking
That's
that motherfucker
beaming that motherfucker.
to the back of that bitch. Like, God
Yeah.
damn.
Like, what
And
the
here I
fuck? But
come,
I'm
shit,
having
missing the
fun
whole
doing this shit.
motherfucking ball.
It's crazy.
Missed the whole ball. You got a nigga on the
Oh,
side. of you.
dog. And then you look back and pray to God nobody was paying
Yeah.
attention. And everybody was watching.
Follow through and everything. Like,
You
God
hit that
damn.
motherfucker, it only go like 15 feet, but you gave it everything.
Man,
Ah,
I had one good shot the whole night. I probably hit that bitch 150 feet. And that was about it.
Yeah, man.
Do
You
y'all
better
think that
than
took
me.
over miniature golf? That used to be like
Yeah.
they
a
don't
big
have it no
thing.
more.
They don't have miniature
Not
golf,
here,
huh?
No. Not since Scandia? Was it Scandia left?
Scandia. I thought they do have one. It was like, I I thought they do.
They have one now. Is it called Strokers?
I think that's what it's called. It's the family joint, right?
In Town Square.
Yeah. Yeah, they do
Okay.
it.
But
I never, I never went to Scandia, so.
You never went to Scandia?
Nah.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, I missed it. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
But hey, man, July 5th, R&B sides, man, come out and fellowship with your with the crew, man. Y'all already know what the vibes are, man. We did put an Eventbrite out there, just so you have guaranteed attendance. Shout out to Classic Jewel. It's not the. I don't want to. Respectfully, it's not the.
The biggest, the largest. Is that what
Yeah.
It's
Damn,
a
that's
very
crazy.
nice venue.
It's an intimate venue.
It's a
Yeah,
very
it's an
intimate venue,
intimate-
so yeah.
Did you start quoting Big X?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
Yeah.
did. I know. It just slipped out.
But that's really it. Shout out to everybody out there that's coming to fuck with us, man. And
It's gonna be a good night.
It's gonna be
yeah,
night.
absolutely. It's gonna be a competitive night. It's another views event going on, but shout out.
Oh,
Is
Lord.
it a
Come
playlist
on
battle
now.
going on?
No.
Oh,
It's another views inspired event going on, but
Come on.
some other stuff, man. This is
happening?
4th of July weekend, man. But shout out to everybody that's shout out to everybody that's coming to fellowship with us, man. Other than that, Ivan, what's been going on, man?
Nothing much staying out the way, man. It's Father's Day, so that was like a week-long thing for me.
Okay.
It was scheduling conflict, so I had to spend one time with one kid, sometime with another kid, so it was just like
Mm.
so that's why I turned to a week-long thing. Other than that, man, just kind of staying out the way, really not doing too much. Work started back, which I can appreciate.
Yeah.
Because being poor it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not a fun thing. You get used to it, but it's just you get used to it, but you don't. Like that's not a space you want to sit in. So the ability to make money again, it feels good to me. I like it. I want to continue to do that.
I like it a lot. I do enjoy it.
I do enjoy having money. I don't like going to work, but boy, I like payday. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What does that look like for you? Like, what do they have you doing in the summertime?
There's school. There is school.
Oh, okay.
It's for us. It's special needs has a summertime program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before they would find like some they would have some like a school district wide kind of thing where they had like other programs for like regular kids.
Yeah.
But funding is always some bullshit.
An issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So special need kids are federally funded. So special needs money is kind of always guaranteed. So every year we kind of know the special need kids are always going to have a summer program. It's like 4 weeks. So it's not long, but it's just there is some money to be made for the summer.
Yeah.
It's cool though. It's because usually those routes you're not doing a lot. So you mostly just on the clock, just cooling, just chilling.
Oh, okay.
So it's not
Yeah.
bad.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
actually
you
fun.
can't be mad at that.
Yeah, and then the way the school district is designed, they only the deductions that come out of your check, they're only designed to come out for 9 months because you're only guaranteed 9 months worth of work. So the deductions that usually come out of your check only come out for those 9 months. So any money you make in the summertime is basically deduction free. You still have
Nice.
to pay like your
So
federal
that's
taxes.
yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like as far as like your insurance premiums and all those things, you don't have those in the summertime. So
Okay.
it's better that way.
Shout out, man.
Yeah.
Wifey?
Oh man, I haven't been doing too much. I'm still, on my fitness challenge thing. I kind of slipped up yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
They kicked you out?
No, they didn't kick me out. So this is okay. So this is the thing. So for the month of June, because I completed May, you get 3 passes.
Oh, okay.
In the following month to to not do it or whatever. So I said I was not gonna use the passes because I have other people that joined me this month and they didn't know about the passes. So I was like, I'm not, this is gonna be my extra layer so that I make sure I don't, just slip off and do it. But yesterday, I don't know what the fuck was going on with me. I had a hike plan. Like I was supposed to go out with my friend in the morning to go hiking. I let her know 15 minutes before we were supposed to go, like, hey, I'm not gonna make it. I'm really tired. I'm so sleepy. So I canceled on that. And then the next thought in my mind was like, I just really want to have a day where like we just lay in the bed and watch movies. I want to eat some pizza. I want to drink some wine. Like I just had all these
Self-care day.
I was I don't want to do any of that. Like, I don't want to go do no steps. I don't want to talk about no steps. Like, I just literally want to lay in the bed with my husband and watch movies all day. So because he's
I'm
sick
just
of
listening,
me.
bro. I'm
He's sick of
just
me.
listening.
Listen, so that was my
I'm here
thought
for support.
process, and I was gonna go all the way through with it. So we did that up until about like 10 p.m. And then I was having remorse, like, I need to go and get these steps in.
Wait, y'all heard the time, right?
It was 10
I
p.m.
just want to. After watching movies and shit, we eating candy, we chilling.
We had popcorn.
Y'all
We
heard the
had
time, though, right?
everything. We had all the snacks.
I just
We
want
had-
y'all to hear the time.
Literally had everything.
What
So
time?
10 p.m.
Yeah.
So at 10 p.m. I was like, no, I can't go out like that. I gotta go and I gotta commit. So we ended up, getting up. I only had 3,000 steps at that point, and I was really, really
10
trying my
p.m.
best
That's crazy.
at 10 p.m. And I only made it to 11,200. My whole heart was broken, even though I had set up the sabotage.
And then guess guess who got the blunt of it though? When she felt like she failed.
You got blamed for it?
Oh
He
man.
did not
What?
he didn't get blamed. So this is what happened. This is the motivator. This is what he think is motivating. He started telling me, yeah, that's why we
See,
what did you say?
Because at first I
Because he
was
was
trying
like, you
to
need
be
to hear about how you sabotage
I was
yourself
trying to
so
be
that you can be more motivated next time. I said, I don't need that.
see how
I
she
don't
tried to make
require
me the
that
villain?
type of motivation.
I was trying to be a good husband, babe. Shit happens. You only 700. It was only 700 steps. You've been good. This is this is only the first time. Can you stop? Damn. Right? Can you stop? And then fuck dad. Dad can't come in the house upset. Not even my son on it now. My son, I come in the house upset. My son like, oh, dad is in his emo mode. And but check this out though. He starts singing the Juice WRLD song. Dad's in his emo era. Like, I still see the shadows in my right. He be on that shit.
is a
So
7-year-old.
now he got me. Yeah, this is the look. So now I'm fucked up and shit. I don't even want to come in the house like mad at him because. How the fuck do I even come? I can't even stay mad. Oh, dad's in his emo era. And then just outright start singing the fucking song. So now I can't be upset and shit. So here she comes. Yeah, I still see the shadows in my room. I was like, oh, this nigga.
This man died way before you even were
Right,
born.
boy.
Unprovoked though. Like I forgot what the fuck we was doing. It was just like, yeah, man, dad, you're in your emo era. Just start singing the song and shit. So now I'm in the back of my mind like, damn, I don't even want to. But let her come in the house. Oh, everybody got to feel it. It's complete silence at this point. I said, damn.
I was in my feelings, even though I did self-sabotage at 10 p.m.
That's crazy.
After eating popcorn, after eating candy,
It was a great day.
watching movies and shit,
It
we
was
in the
really
bed.
good.
What movies y'all watch?
Oh, shit.
We ended up watching like a documentary.
Okay.
A crazy ass fucking documentary.
Oh,
actually.
but no, we watched the movie with Brandy first. I forget.
Oh,
The
something
Front
fucked up.
Room.
Yeah,
It's called The
that shit was
Front Room.
crazy.
It was a horror movie, and it was really, it was kind of crazy.
No,
It's on Netflix.
It just came out.
it
not
just
too long
came
ago.
out like last year.
It just came
Yeah.
out. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was quite entertaining. Like
what's
I
the one horror dude? It's like Bloom or some shit. It's 824. That's his.
Oh yeah,
It's like
yeah,
Bloom.
yeah. The A24 film.
Yeah, it's like he got it's a
Yeah,
bunch of horror
the,
films like that.
Oh, okay.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they make some.
It
crazy
kind of
ass
reminded
movies.
you of like Goosebumps in film form to me. You know how like
Yeah.
the Goosebumps movies used to be?
Yeah.
I mean,
I-
books used to be.
I got like a religious like the Skeleton Key vibes from it, and then the back end kind of. I thought the movie
ending
was
was-
solid until the ending.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Ending kind of
Yeah.
fucked it up for me, but yeah, we watched that, and then we watched the fucking documentary,
It was
and then
like
the documentary was hella
Serial
good.
Love Killer or something like that.
Serial love.
That's the part that's what really messed us up. So it was because the kids, they had wanted to go to the gym, so that kind of threw us off. Because this one was my thought process. I was thinking like we would, do the whole movie night after we go to the gym. But then the kids was like they wanted to go to the gym with their
Yeah,
friends,
that's
so it
some
kind of trumped our, we can't be like, no, y'all got to watch our brother. it kind of trumped our plans because they wanted to go with their homegirl. So it was like, okay, we had to put it off. And then we started watching that documentary, and it was so fucking good. Like I couldn't even.
Yeah.
We had to he had to rewind it back because he had missed a part. So then it was like we didn't get out until 10 p.m. But I felt like a failure. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I took it hard. I took it real hard. Even though I had
We know.
the passes, I took it hard.
It's wild.
I was like, damn, I'm trying to be
because
like.
he was being all nice at first, and then he started flipping it like, yeah, well, I mean, you wanted to eat pizza and all that. I'm like, bro, I don't need to hear that part. Like, I know that. I know I planned this day.
I can't win, bro.
But I did appreciate him getting up going with me at 10 p.m. But I knew I wasn't gonna make it. That anytime you're walking on like stationary, like treadmills and stuff, that's like a good 2-hour walk for sure. When you down
We got
9,000
to
steps.
the gym at like 10:40.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
We
was
got
sad.
up at 10 o'clock, but we made it to the gym at like 10:40.
I was sad.
Oh shit.
But I did start watching this little series my daughter was telling me because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do because everybody knows I hate like indoor walking. I prefer walking outdoors. And she was like, you need to watch, she was like, it's a cute little series on Netflix called Forever. So I started watching
I
that.
just
And
finished that.
it's actually really good. It's so wholesome
Forever.
and corny, but it's so good. Like,
There's some not so wholesome parts to it.
yeah, not so wholesome, but I haven't made it. I mean, I've made it to some parts of it, but
Yeah.
that's in the plot. But I don't usually watch movies and stuff by myself, and I was like, this is what I needed. I need a little a little series.
I was just going from, use that like 3,000 steps. So that's not, I don't even think that's a mile. I don't even think so. To anyone like 11.2, 11.7, 11.2, you only got 700. You was only 700 steps away to me. That was pretty good.
But
That's
you
pretty
all,
good.
and I put in that in basketball terms, like. What type of loss is worse, the really close loss or the blowout?
I think it depends on your effort.
The-
If I play
the
my,
close
my
losses.
ass
The
off,
close loss breaks your heart because you're right there. You right there. You so close.
it depends
You
on how
1
you
point
play.
off.
It depends on how you play. If I play my ass off, then I could live with either one. But if I didn't play my ass off and we was close, that would hurt.
Yeah, it hurts because I knew I should have got my ass up at 6 o'clock
Yeah.
and went and took my little hike. I would have been able to chill for the rest of the day, but I decided to lay in bed and go to sleep. So until 11
Self-care day.
a.m. It was actually, it was self-care. I needed that rest.
See. That's it?
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that reached out last episode, man. That took a lot out of me, man. I've been kind of quiet this week. I ain't
Yeah.
been.
I get it.
I ain't emotional like that, man. So, or maybe I am. I was just so suppressed. I don't fucking know. But shit like that takes a lot out of me, man. That's why I like coming on here and just talking shit. That's kind of like the premise of what the pod was supposed to be. We all go through like real shit, man. So, this was like an outlet to kind of shield us from all of that.
Yeah.
Just for the couple hours that we do it, man. So, I got a little emotional and shit, man. So that kind of like just depleted me. I went to my other show, and I tried, but I was just mentally, I was shot, man. So man, shout out to everybody, that was reaching out to me, man. It's only a couple things that can really get to me, and both of them are my family, to be honest with you. I did listen back. I listened back. I know we have an episode that I'll never go back and listen to, but I did listen back to this one, man, and I was conflicted.
How so?
Not about that part. It was the first part, and I was conflicted, man, because I wish I could play the game. I wish I could play the game, man. I ain't got it in me though. I ain't got it in me, and I know, and I know, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers take advantage of it. Because I can't sit back and not say nothing. I ain't never had that in me, man. And a lot of motherfuckers be, I know I'm looked at as the villain because I'm willing to say things that a lot of people don't want to say, and people take advantage of that a lot. So motherfuckers throw bones out there, thinking I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? What you think about this? Like I ain't gonna say nothing. You can't bring no fuck shit to me, man, and expect me not to say nothing. And then from the outside, I look like the villain, and then I see how people play with the actual fuck shit, if that makes sense. So I'll be looking and I'll be like, that shit ain't solid, man. But don't nobody say nothing. How you think that is? Like, that's fuck shit. You know it's fuck shit, but you playing around and supporting the fuck shit. But you talking about the fuck shit. How does that work?
I think a lot of people don't care if it doesn't affect them directly. Like, a lot of people like to be involved with the mess because it's entertaining. But if it doesn't affect their lives, on a personal level, it's just that. It's just entertainment. So they don't mind talking about it, but they're not going to stand up against it if it's not really a true matter of the heart.
Very well said.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
Really put it no better than that.
Yeah, I just that'd be my only thought process. So it looks like, to me, it always looks like with the person that speaks up about the fuck shit is looked at as the villain, but all the other people that gossip about it gets a pass.
Well, mess is fun until confrontation comes into play. You know what I'm saying? Most people that love to play in the mess don't like confrontation. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not confrontational though.
No, but when you address
direct.
it, that's confrontation. Like, even though you're not being any kind of aggressive, like that's still you confronting the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
And I think we got a lot of grown people that don't do well with confrontation.
Yeah,
they can deal in the mess, but you call them on it, and now they like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
I guess for me, man, I don't want to be looked at as somebody's mouthpiece. I have a hard time with that. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers, not even just like what we do, not necessarily like anything. That didn't happen in my family too sometimes. But most of the people in my family confrontational, so I don't really.
And that's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? But it'd be like motherfuckers that come to me and I'm like, man, that's not solid.
Right.
And then I say something, but you know what I'm saying? It just be like, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't. And I know I have a hard time not saying nothing. And I'll be thinking to myself like, because I can feel it. I know when somebody's trying to use me as their vessel. But I got a hard time saying no.
You have a hard time not you have a hard time not confronting bullshit. I've seen it happen a lot. So, and that's just a you thing. Like, you are that guy that, like, if you see some bullshit,
Man,
and if somebody brings some bullshit your way and you don't like it, you gonna say something.
Because I don't be into bullshit.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't be into bullshit.
It's nothing wrong with that.
Now, don't get me wrong. I gossip with my niggas a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's rarely is there ever. No, I'll be honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like me, we got like a little. You know what I'm saying? But it's never involving like us.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
You, at least in my experience, you never said anything that you wouldn't or haven't said to somebody's face.
To repeat, yeah. And then I think it also what in this generation we kind of misconstrue like the difference between being direct and confrontational. I don't think that you and your family are.
That's the word.
Our family. I'm sorry.
No, she said.
I don't.
Right. Look,
no,
look.
I'm talking about like your, like grandma, mom, everybody, not our immediate family, but what I'm saying is, I don't think that you guys are confrontational. You guys are very direct. And that's something that a lot of people don't handle well. And it does put them in defense mode
Yeah.
if you call them out on the bullshit.
Yeah. That's
So
the
when
word, direct, not
when
confrontational.
you say something to them and then they're so used to people just being passive and or passive aggressive, they don't really know how to respond other than to be defensive. So
I got a
you
hard
know.
time, man. I just don't want to be looked at as nobody like mouthpiece.
But
shit,
and then
man. That's it.
also, because I've known you for quite some time, like you're only the villain in the moment. After a while, then you become someone that's relatable, somebody that they look to as a hero, somebody that reason why they bring it to you is because they know
Yeah.
that you will say something. But you do have to know when to like draw the line and say, you need to speak up and say something
Yeah.
about it because I'm not about to be your mouthpiece.
Yeah, I just have a hard time saying no, and I don't be in the bullshit. Like I be in my own little bubble. Now, if I click on that little blue F box, and I click on, it's like today. It's some shit. Hey man, there's some shit going on in you. There's some shit going on in these streets, bro.
Blue F?
Yeah, I don't even. But as soon as I click on it, I'm like, oh shit. So immediately share. This little group chat right there. Do you see this shit? No, because this shit right here that just happened literally has the potential to get a lot of people hurt in a real way. So it wasn't necessarily like, this one wasn't like gossip. It's like, how the fuck did that happen? We'll talk about it off mic, but that's dangerous.
Extremely.
In 4K, like, that's dangerous. We usually only see this in like documentaries and shit.
Or on TV.
Yeah.
Television.
But to see this like on Facebook in 4K, real life, how the fuck did this happen? So,
it's a different time though. It's a lot of things that happen. I mean, I don't know what you're referring to because that's not on my algorithm, or on my timeline. But a lot of things that happen right now on social media wouldn't happen before. The street code, everything has changed. People don't fear the same things that they used to fear.
Yeah, but you
say
really
yeah?
don't. No,
'Cause
but you don't see.
people actually die behind the stuff that they put online. But people, some people prioritize going viral and being recognized even for that little bit of a moment. They'll take that over worrying about if something is gonna happen to them.
Yeah, but seeing so when you watch a documentary and you seeing something, this is not only old, but the situation knows already again. Dropping something that you see in documentaries in real time with people that's active and still, it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, I hit that thing, but it's normally it don't got nothing like to do with like us and shit.
Right.
But and then I be in my like own little bubble. I don't be knowing nobody, nothing. And then, hey Dante, what you think of that, man? Hey, did you see that? No, what's going on? Man, look. I can't stay quiet, bro. I struggle with it. I do. I know my faults. But anyways, man. Yeah, that was my only thing, man. And but last Sunday, man, really like complete, took a lot out of me, depleted me, man. I haven't did shit, man. You see, I ain't got no motherfucking. I ain't even get I even called my barber. It's like, man.
He canceled his appointment. He wanted to lay in bed too. I don't know why he came on here.
Well,
acting like it
I
was
haven't
me.
been. You know what I mean? I've been a supportive husband, bro. So we've been going to the gym like late at night.
Oh man.
So this ain't
That's
just
a lot.
you know what I'm saying? So this ain't just happened like yesterday. It's been happening all week. So I'm still working and shit. And these long nights been like just taking a lot out of me, man. So I've been tired, bro. Father's Day was solid, you know what I mean? Had to trip out a little bit. Cause this the one thing I don't like that women do. So I take my family to one of my favorite places.
Okay.
Don't ask to go to one of my favorite places, and then when I take you, you complaining about every fucking thing. Don't do that. That pisses me off.
The kids was complaining?
Yeah, but the ringleader started it.
Oh shit! I knew it. I knew he was gonna say. Okay,
So I'm like,
can
now
I ask where this place was?
it's called the garage.
My garage.
My garage.
Yeah.
It's over there by me, but it's
Ah,
right. They used to be
For
in
breakfast.
They used to be in Centennial.
For breakfast.
What's that? Where all the Centennial shit at?
Centennial,
I forgot what they call it though. It's a bunch of shops and restaurants and all that. It's up. It's
It's on Craig.
it's a curve. No.
Okay.
Where it was originally.
Oh, where it was? It was over by Total Wine at first.
But I don't know what I forgot what they
Yeah,
call it. I know
by
it's
Crumble and
Centennial.
all that.
Centennial something.
That's just Centennial Parkway. Ain't it?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, Centennial Parkway in Losi area.
No, it's like
That Total Wine.
when you're going up, when you get on the freeway and then you
By
get
the
off on
Sam's
N.
Club
get
and
off
all
on
that.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All that stuff
Not
up
curve
there.
right
Centennial
there.
Center.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Centennial
Centennial
Center.
Center. So it used to be over there, and then they moved over to where we are now.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like Craig and Allen.
Oh damn. Okay.
So we've been before. I took the
For
family there.
breakfast.
I ain't been
A1.
back to the north in a minute.
So it's good.
Shit.
For
Hell,
breakfast.
what? Oh, one of the best. The one thing they ain't gonna never slack on is steak.
Yeah, the
Yeah?
steak was good.
I ain't never had a bad steak slice right through that motherfucker.
And they have like the little mimosa towers too.
Yeah.
And-
Okay.
Well, like
It's
the
solid.
little different glasses with the
solid.
different. It's good.
Family owned. Ice ain't gonna go through it. You know what I'm saying? So, they get to complaining about the water and shit. And I'm like, but it started from her.
Was it not a legitimate
No,
observation?
I drank the water.
It tastes like it was some chemicals in it. Like it was weird.
So you know how kids are once they not everything is issue.
This shit,
Man, no, I'm like, man, what the fuck, man? No, my Father's Day about you niggas. Is this about me or y'all? Like, first of all, it's Father's Day.
Was the
We
sodas
only
not flat?
here
Was
because
the soda's not flat.
the sodas was flat. But I'm pro flat soda.
This is my vibe right now.
I'm pro flat soda. To me, a very, very strong soda is similar to like rice, right? They bring out all the rice and bread to get you full, to get you the fuck out of there. No, I want my fucking meal. So to me, a flat soda ain't bad. It's still soda. It's just not going to get you. It's not super
It
carbonated.
tastes like syrup and water.
It's not
not
super
a good-
carbonated where it's gonna get you
not
super
good.
full. Like I can still eat my food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay, now everything's a fucking issue. Now I'm like, oh my fucking God. First of all, it's Father's Day. But now my Father's Day is about you niggas. And y'all wanted to go here. It wasn't where we taking Dad. It's Dad. I mean, Dad, we gonna. All right. You know what I'm saying? So it's again. I'm on the pod. That's what I'm thinking about. Like, stop making it about women. And look what I'm doing.
So because I said something, I made it.
And then my son is like half asleep, so he been up all day. This nigga. So I say, it's all girls and shit. So I say, come on, baby. Daddy got to use the bathroom. He's like, no, I don't want to go. Right? This nigga starts crying. And I'm like, why? Like, you're just going to the bathroom with Dad. Right? So he cried all the way to the bathroom. So when we walk in the bathroom, I go to the fucking, not the stall, but
the urinal.
the urinal.
Yeah.
This nigga finds a corner and starts crying. I say, son, what is the problem? He said, I feel so uncomfortable in here. Why do I have to go? Like, I don't have to use the bathroom? I'm like, oh my God, dude. It's like
He
he's
said
getting.
he wanted to burn his eyes out.
Yeah, it's like I can feel it. I can feel where he's going. Where like everything is gay to him. I'm like, man, the iPad is corrupting my baby, man. It's corrupting my baby, dog. It's corrupting my baby. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with like. I just know where he was going with it. I just the feeling. I'm like, man, it's not gay to go to the bathroom with your dad. It's really not, man. That fucking
That's what's
iPad.
supposed to take
That fucking
you.
iPad in school. Like my baby was so like. I'll try so hard to shield him from all of that. I just wanted him to be a nerd. I don't give a fuck. Wear Batman shoes till you fucking 18. I don't give a fuck. I wanted him to like genuinely have a life.
No.
I just corrupted my baby.
Social media is not allowing that no more.
So I go to, and then we go to the fucking So we have a father and son little time, right? Because we went to the gym, and I didn't have all the paperwork for him, so I just left my girls at the gym, and I just took him right to the Santa Fe around the corner.
Okay.
Because I take the girls to the UFC fit so they can play basketball and all that. So Santa Fe is around the corner, so I take him in there and we playing the video games and shit, and I see him getting like real like real like hyped. Right? And so I'm just watching, like I'm seeing him getting hyped because he playing the video games. He's like, yeah. I'm an Alpha Sigma. What the fuck is an Alpha Sigma? Like, and he yelling this shit like, I'm an Alpha Sigma. What he say? Like, right? And he yelling this shit like loud. And I'm like, bro, what? I had to take the iPad away from him. I don't know what he's watching.
What is it, Alpha Sigma?
That's some YouTube
I had to
shit.
Google some shit. Nigga, I'm in the
that?
Santa Fe doing my Googles. What the fuck does that even mean?
What?
It's like supposed to be like bigger than just the alpha. It's like
It's the biggest, the
shit.
largest.
it's the biggest. Yeah, it's the biggest, the largest. So he like, I'm Alpha Sigma, Dad. Oh, I'm Alpha Sigma. He go, oh.
Oh, he was flexing on you too?
Oh my God. I'm like, I gotta take the fucking iPad.
Oh,
I have to. I have to. It's like, yeah, Dad, I'm godlike. I'm Alpha
godly.
Sigma. I said,
That's insane.
so that's what he been on, man.
Kids absorbing certain shit from social media that they have no clue about. It blows me. Because my daughter's like, she's always like, she's with the Noops. Like, what are you talking about? Why do you keep saying this shit? And all of a sudden now she wants to do a Black College tour.
She watching them videos.
The Noops is on my timeline. Like, do you even know what that is for real? She just always bring up Noops. And I'm like, man, where the fuck did you get this shit from?
TikTok.
It's
TikTok is exactly where she got it from.
It's my God.
It's funny watching our baby though, because he reminds me so much of his older brother. Like, they literally do the same things to irritate their sisters. Like, it's literally copy and paste all over again.
Yeah.
They're just alike.
And I wanted him just to be like this nerd.
Nah.
Yeah. But that fucking
That Juice World is
that
what
emo shit.
he was like, I still see the shadows in my
Like,
room.
what the
like,
fuck?
boy, what?
But yeah, that's really it though, man. So I just been kind of quiet. I ain't really been in my shit this week. What I did do though, man, and then you know how crazy it is. They put Blood In, Blood Out on Prom.
Never seen it.
Really? Oh man, that shit aging beautifully, man. But it became like this big thing on TikTok. Like everybody's like celebrating it. I done seen videos of like the actors and shit going to different places.
Is that the James Edward almost?
No, so I was telling wifey this. So what ended up happening was, what's his name? James Amos, right?
Yeah.
So he was I don't know if he was a producer or what, but he was like a producer or something on Blood In, Blood Out.
Okay.
He ended up leaving and then started making American Me, and then they rushed and put American Me out.
Okay.
So Blood In, Blood Out was made first, but they rushed them. Well, they didn't rush it because American Me is great, but you can see it's just like damn near the same movie.
Yeah.
They put that one out before Blood In, Blood Out, so it looked like Blood In, Blood Out was like a ripoff. But you know, Blood In, Blood Out started as like a Disney film. What? And Disney wasn't comfortable with it, so they kind of shelved it until somebody else like bought it. But it started as a Disney film. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Blood In, Blood Out being a Disney film was crazy.
That's really crazy.
So, yeah, they wasn't comfortable putting that out. You know what I'm saying? But it aged. I like both of them. I think Blood In, Blood Out. It's like the Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society comparison. Like for me, American Me was more like Boys in the Hood-ish. And Blood In, Blood Out is more like Menace to Society.
Okay.
But man, it aged beautifully, man. I watched the entire thing. I was up to like damn near after midnight watching that shit.
I ain't seen neither one of them.
I can't believe you ain't never watched that, man. That shit was-
I did not watch Blood In, Blood Out because of American Me.
My dad made me sit down and watch. I kept getting in trouble at school. My dad made me watch Blood In, Blood Out, all of it through and through. You know, it's like 3 hours and like 2 minutes, some shit like that. It was supposed to be 3 parts. It was supposed to be 3 parts. Supposed to be like a series. Supposed to be 3 parts.
Me?
No, Blood In, Blood Out.
Oh, Blood In,
And they made it all into one movie. But
3 hours?
it's like 3 hours and 2 minutes, something like that.
Oh no.
Yeah, my dad made me sit down and watch it, man, and I was like, damn, that shit.
3 hours and 2 minutes of Mexican gangbanging don't sound entertaining to me.
It's until they get into prison, and then it's like everybody got their own like spots in it. It's crazy seeing people come up because you know Billy Bob Thornton is in it, and to see where he's at now, he's like looked at as one of the greats, and he was like beast, like BC side in that movie. I think Billy Bob Thornton became probably the biggest actor of anybody in that movie. Be honest with you, Miklo he was in what? Money Talks.
Was he in La Bamba?
I've never seen La Bamba, but I know he's in Money Talks. I think he was in. Yeah, he's in one of them fucking things. I thought it was Money Talks, but yeah, man. Great movie, man. Great movie.
You said it's on Prime?
Yep. Just check it out, man. You got to.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Because it aged beautifully. It came out in like 92. But it aged very good. Like I watched all of it through and through one day.
Once I tried to watch Colors and seen Damon Wayans scripting, my
man.
taste for all them kind of movies just kind of left.
Colors is good though.
But I be seeing,
I like
I be seeing
Couldn't
some
take
California.
it.
I be seeing people from California saying like Colors was a gangbanging movie through white eyes. It wasn't really, you know what I mean. But I liked Colors myself.
Once Damon Wayans got the cripping, I said, you know what?
Yeah, turn this off.
Turn it off now.
I'm waiting for I think Sinners come out on streaming
July 4th,
next 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
So I finally get to check that out, man.
You can just go buy it right now.
Yeah, that's not what I'm doing.
Support black art. Yeah, support black art, man.
I know. I it's killing. It's killing. Shout out. And I'm glad it did because now it opens the door for like other independent IP is what I like to call it. Like it ain't
Original IP.
It's original IP.
Yeah.
So it ain't like some shit that's rebooted or some shit that's already got a major brand. It's like something, you know. And I hope we get back to that.
Do you think we can? Do you think we'll accept that from anybody, or do you have to be certain people who can give us original IP?
I think it depends on the content.
You think so?
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, I really don't know.
Content, like some of the our Hallmark films and shit was original content from like when they released it. That's what made them.
Like I don't know if a Bad Boys. When was Bad Boys? 94, 95.
94, 95.
I don't think you're seeing that in the movies in 2025. The Wood.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of
Shit like that. Movies like Above the Rim. I don't think we would get movies like that in 2025. It would have to be something major.
I would love to see like the movies like The Wood make a
You know,
return.
They
Or
should be
just some
paying. They
regular
should be paying me for
rom-coms.
this, but free plug. The Beverly Center downtown.
Yeah.
Like was it $1 or $2? You get to go see OG movies.
Yeah.
OG movies in there. It's a movie theater.
Beverly Theater is a dope spot.
They did. They play like black movies during Black History Month. Then I just seen RoboCop on there, Candyman, and it's all you can drink. But they play old movies. They don't play.
That's nice.
They don't play none of the new shit.
That's
It's
good.
downtown. Yeah.
But I would love to see like a revamp of like different genres and not just action or Marvel movies. Like it would be so cool to have some rom-coms make a comeback to where like
They all
like
went to Netflix, man.
Like a
but
motherfucker.
just to see them on the big screen, like that would
Yeah,
be that. I think that would be.
They
Excellent.
do, but they be like white rom-coms. You don't really get no.
What's wrong with a white?
No, I'm saying like
Nothing.
Because I used to
not
love
saying
those.
that.
I was going over all my favorite movies from
white
the 90s. and
white
they were
white
very white.
rom-coms are way superior than. You ain't gonna get no argument. Shit.
There's more of them.
Yeah.
But they're just more superior than black rom-coms.
I don't know.
I don't know if they're more superior. I think that there were more. So,
Black people make. I'm not even gonna necessarily blame. I'm not gonna say black people. I'm gonna say black horror films are more superior than white horror films. But white rom-coms are more superior than black rom-coms. Black comedy is more superior than white comedy films.
I can't agree with none of that.
What?
I can't agree with none of that. A good film is a good film. Like
yeah.
I personally love white rom-coms, but Boomerang is Boomerang. I ain't seen the white Boomerang yet. I've seen some great white rom-coms. I ain't seen the Boomerang yet though.
Boomerang was excellent.
What was the movie? It ain't My Big Fat Greek Wedding. What was the movie where she paid the playboy to go to a wedding with her? I forgot what the fuck that movie. That shit was solid. That was damn near Boomerang-ish.
What was that? I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't think of the name of it.
It ain't My Big Fat Greek. I can't think of what the fuck that movie was. That shit was solid though. I watched that in school, and I was like, I gotta watch that when I get home. That was solid.
When you get home.
Nobody remember the name of it though.
It was a major movie, but I think it's like 90s.
Mamma Mia? Was it Mamma Mia?
I don't think it was Mamma Mia. But she was going to a wedding somewhere else, and she paid
The Proposal?
I can't think of what the
That's the
movie
one
was.
with like Sandra Bullock and
Nah. I can't think of what it's called.
I used to
Boomerang
enjoy
solid,
like
though.
all the little teen movies. when
See,
I was-
but this is why I think
She's
this
All
is
That, 10 Things I Hate About You, like
white teen movies are for that's
13 going on 30.
superior.
Yeah.
You ain't even they didn't even know fucking.
Yeah.
I think
those
black
used
people.
to Cruel Intentions.
I think black people got
Varsity
better-
Blues.
I think there are better black sports movies.
Well, yeah, naturally.
What's the black sports?
White people got the better adventure movies, thrillers.
Do black people make them?
Thrillers?
Like adventure movies.
Can y'all imagine a black Jumanji?
Oh man.
I mean, the
Oh,
new
man.
Jumanji does kind of got.
Kevin Hart and The Rock.
Not that. I'm talking about the original. I don't even really watch the one with Kevin Hart and The Rock.
The original Jumanji movie.
Yeah.
Is there a black adventure? Yeah, black people don't really fuck with adventure films like that.
Because we don't be going on adventures.
Yeah.
Militant society,
We look at that bullshit and be like, you know what? Nah. And then we go back to doing.
But I
what
think
fuck we do.
gangster movies are between the Mexicans and the Italians. We don't even come close to those. And I'm including gangbanging movies.
I'll give it to the Italians.
Man,
Well, if I'm
it's
playing-
because of the direct-to-TV run, bruh. That run of Ving Rhames jail movies did not help black.
Blood and Bone?
But you know, Blood and
Kane.
Blood Out was
Come on.
The one that Nipsey made his debut in.
Oh, that's crazy.
And Gilly the Kid, they was
You know,
brothers at the end of it. It was some bullshit.
You know, Blood and Blood
Just
Out
say
was
no.
It's
Blood
some
Out,
bullshit.
Blood In, Blood Out is considered a classic among many. That was direct to video. I don't
So
know
it
no
didn't go to
direct to
the
video
theaters?
classics.
What was the one movie with OG Bobby Johnson?
That's South Central.
South Central. That was a good one.
Was that direct to DVD or did that go out in theater?
No, I think that was a
That was a
theatrical
theater
release.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucked with it though.
It's a great. I saw it on BET. So
Y'all forgetting y'all young, man.
I'm trying to think. I think my parents took me to see four black movies in the theaters. I remember I went with my mom and her friends to go see Bad Boys. My dad took me to see Mortal Kombat, but that don't count. As a family, we went to go see Down to Earth and Baby Boy.
As a family,
Baby
y'all
Boy.
see Baby Boy.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
As a
Oh
family.
man,
That was it though. I can't think of nothing else.
Dang, I
Baby
can
Boy
only.
made the watching as a family shit awkward. Like
That would be
Yeah,
a
that's
crazy
a crazy
family
family
movie.
outing.
yeah.
I mean, we were what? Baby was
Nah.
it 2001? I'm like 13.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's still a little.
I used to watch Jeremy Maguire with my grandma. My grandma.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she used to make us close our eyes though on the sex.
Yeah, like.
But you always like used to turn.
What
You,
is the point of
you
me
do like
closing
this,
my
and then
eyes?
you
I
like.
still hear Yvette getting her back blown.
Yeah,
in. Like,
and then
what
you
the
like,
fuck?
but you put the space in between your eyes like this.
It wasn't no, it was like what? It wasn't no sex.
It was a sex scene in Jerry Maguire. Absolutely.
At the very, very beginning.
I don't remember where the part was, and I just watched it recently too. Not even a bad movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, but I used to, I used to watch that with my grandma. She used to make me close her eyes, close my eyes.
Dang, now that
Oh, I went to go see Preacher's. My
Preacher's
grandma
Wife?
took us to go see the Preacher's Wife.
Now that I think about it, like I didn't really go to a lot of. My mom didn't take us to the movies often either. Like I know she took us to see Richie Rich. We saw Blank Check, Waiting to Exhale, and I think how Stella got her groove back. We ended up going to see.
Oh, I know that was that. I know how Stella got it.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
I remember my mom and my grandma took me. We was going to like, cause my grandma was like very, very embedded in the church, so we was going to like all the conventions and shit. And they took me to go see. It was a Star Wars movie, and I'm like, this is fucking abuse. Like this shit.
It was a Star Wars.
It was a Star Wars. I can't think of what it's called. This was in the 90s.
Oh, so it was probably
Was it Star
Star
Trek?
Wars Episode 1.
It had to be one of the first three. Cause
Where the white, he was like in I remember somebody in like a white. He looked like he was like in a white thing, the white helmet.
Yeah,
Like
Stormtrooper.
a stormtrooper.
Oh, it was in the 90s though, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this
it came out in like
this
99,
shit
I think.
trash.
No.
Not
Oh, this
trash.
is way earlier.
It was
This is
earlier
like
than
probably
that?
90s.
A Star Wars
between
movie?
94, 96.
Oh, damn.
That means you were watching one of the original three that came out in the 70s.
No, hell no. This was in the 90s.
The what's name didn't drop to like 2000, 2001.
Let me see if I can get some.
The one with Anakin, that didn't drop to
Yeah,
like 2000.
no, I thought that came out
What
like
is it?
99.
Star Wars.
Let me see. 90s. 90s Star Wars. What the fuck was that movie? Phantom Menace.
Came out what year?
No.
Like 2000.
Phantom Menace is that 90? That was 99.
1999.
Where'd it go?
1999.
I know it was around
yeah.
2000.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Or
like
Dark
99.
Forces. Dark Forces came out in 95. It was one of them. No.
What the fuck is Dark
Dark
Forces?
Force. Oh, that bullshit.
What the fuck
It
is
was
Dark
a
Forces?
video game that they made for one of the Mac.
It might have been.
computers.
It might have been that one. I don't
And
remember.
it was
90.
like the cutscenes of that video game. I'm a Star Wars nerd. Yeah, it
I've
was.
never heard of
bullshit,
Dark
bro.
Forces.
See,
That shit
99?
don't
No,
even count.
it might. It was either one of them. Because that was 99. I still didn't have a choice to go to if I wanted to go to church or not then.
Oh man. Dark
And I wasn't on the sick vibes back then. You know, your grandma used to knock on that door. You said, I don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't have none of that shit though.
Get your ass up.
Yeah, hell yeah. Boy. Shit, knocking that motherfucking door, and they push you out the bed. Yeah, I ain't had no choice back then. Is it still Gotham?
The show?
No,
Or-
is it still Gotham over there where you at?
Oh, you funny. as hell.
They call it Gotham.
Gotham City.
Cause something's coming up there. I just saw they about to have something there.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a funeral or a program. Something is happening there.
I get it.
Gotham
I get it.
City.
I don't know, man.
I get it.
It's still
I get it.
It's crazy.
Wayne Man,
I don't know.
that's
They said no church till further notice.
Oh, okay, I got
And I was like, all right.
you. I got you.
Yeah.
That's it though.
Further notice ain't been notified. So Jesus. They probably are doing a funeral though to, you know.
It's either a
Get that
funeral or it's, like some kind of program happening there. So I might,
Probably. It might be a fundraiser, bro. They, you know.
Until further notice.
that's insane.
That's what's it. That's what's it.
You know.
Oh boy.
Hey, shit.
That's
That
what's
giveaway.
It's still Gotham. It's
So in the midst of watching movies yesterday, I just happened to pick my phone up. And you know, boy blowing up shit. I'm like, man, fuck, man. Where we at, man?
I ain't in it. Iran listening, I don't have no problems with none of y'all. Pakistan, Iraq, none of them stands. Nobody that's in the Eastern Bloc, I don't got a problem with none of y'all. I swear to God, I don't. I don't know what's going on.
I don't want no smoke.
I don't want no smoke. If it's any sleeper cells, I fuck with y'all.
Oh,
I fuck with all y'all. I don't know what we got going on, but no.
Nigga ran motherfucker ran a truck into a church today, blasting.
Here?
Yeah, it was in Michigan.
oh, jeez.
Yeah, ran a truck into a church and started blasting. Security guard killed him though. Church security guard.
Church security. First of all, a church security guard
Solid.
sounds crazy.
It does, but solid.
Yeah.
But it's something that's probably a
thing.
necessity when you think about it, because people don't have respect for certain, sanctuaries anymore. Like
Agreed.
that used to be off limits. You never heard about really violence at a church until we had the church shootings, and now it's just like all bets are off.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Yeah.
they did blow us up in the 60s.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
our
yeah.
churches haven't been a sanctuary, but
yeah,
Wow.
no.
yeah.
So, so as a civilian, you just-
It's gonna be this will be my first as somebody who can pay attention to what's going on in the culture. This will be my first time being able to like see and analyze. Like Desert Storm, I was a kid. I was a kid when Desert Storm happened. I think when we started going to Iraq, I was in college. So
you was an adult though before it was over with. Just ended.
Yeah, but he wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
I still remember 9/11. Like that happened when I was a freshman in college. Like
Yeah.
I'll never forget that date. But like everything that was going on, I wasn't paying attention to politics or anything of the sort. So I couldn't really tell what was going on. I just knew like now the airport looked crazy if you try to fly somewhere.
It was a lot of flights delayed and canceled today too. I don't know if that was a direct result, but
I think I had read somewhere like a lot of major cities are under high alert. But that's because
Even here.
here too. The sleeper cell shit is scary, bro. Like that is a realistic thing. Like,
Yeah.
there are motherfuckers here that, their purpose is to fuck some shit up when called upon. You know what I mean? Like, you can the 9/11 hijackers. You can say that was a sleeper cell. They was
Yeah, it
going back and
was.
forth, but that was a sleeper cell. I know one was caught back in the day. But I'm thinking in all countries we have them. I forgot in New York. I do think there's a difference between like sleeper cells and spies.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Chinese, Russian, they all got them.
Mm-hmm.
We got them too. They just call the CIA. You know what I'm saying? But
it's
We
really
call ours operators.
yeah.
yeah, so
It's really
That's cool.
terrifying because I think about it often. Like, I don't know if it's just my anxiety or what, but sometimes I can just be out and be like, dang, anybody could get out at any given moment and just start blasting in here, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
yeah.
It's just a crazy reality of ours now.
So what was your first like reaction to it when you seen it?
When I seen what?
The whole, because you mentioned it to me.
I was nervous about it, honestly. I mean, I'm like, I feel in my heart of all hearts, I feel like, why are we getting involved?
Yeah.
That's a battle between them and Israel, Iran and Israel. So I don't really feel like we need to insert ourselves in it. But I do also, I can see, like, we know that Trump is he wants to solidify his presidency,
Yeah.
every great president has had a war. So it's like kind of, it feels like that's what he's going towards. And it's scary because you never know, like China, this whole thing that we've been having going on with China, you never know if they decide to come and aid or, Iran, and then we will have a world war. So it's like, we know we're not 100% safe here. So, because they're not afraid to come on U.S. land like they, like they used to be. So it's terrifying, actually.
I think it's sleeper cells here, but the way we look at war isn't going to be we're surrounded by too much water for them like to shoot a missile over here, and then we don't have time to like shoot it down. You would have to shoot like hundreds and hundreds over here because we are surrounded by water. That's why
it would be mutually assured destruction.
That's why an invasion here is 100% impossible.
Yeah.
It's
not happening.
Other boots stepping on the U.S. soil. I mean, the U.S. soil.
Yeah, but that's not how you fight wars in 2025 anyway.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like when you say we're going against Iran, right? It's not war like you would think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like now, today's war would look like I'm shutting down the wind like they did. Or they hacking into the water supply.
Biological warfare.
Yeah. I have to effectuate
hacking.
And I have to,
releasing diseases.
Yeah.
Like there's.
So when we say okay, we going to war, I think it ain't the missiles and all of that shit. We gonna feel it shutting down, like when they hacked the Strip Hotel, the MGM property. Or getting into the water supply, the electrical grid. That is what war is going to look like. Now, don't get me wrong. Trump has been on my bad side all week. I ain't been fucking with him. I didn't give him just based upon the history. I didn't gave him a pretty much a pass since.
A shot to try to,
Yeah, until this right here. Yeah. He was the only one. He said, no wars. America first. I'm here for that. In my opinion, if Kamala would have got elected, we'd be in 2, not 1 right now. I mean, we'd be in 2 wars right now. We'd still be, everybody was hawkish on the fucking Ukraine front. Mm-hmm. Supplying Ukraine. Eventually, we would have got to a point to where we would have actually. Now we talking about a real world war, in my opinion. And then on the Israel front, she also ran on it. When they asked her who was the country that the most dangerous country right now, she said it. She said it. You know what I'm saying? She also ran on that. So we'd probably be in 1, not 2 right now. But she didn't run on America first or no wars. Yeah. So it's like that's why his core, or the MAGA, if you want to call it, kind of turned on him a little bit. You know what I mean? So they always used to say like, this is where like words. This is why I pay attention to kind of like politics, right? And I look at it like a sports. I always said that. And then you always got people saying, well, MAGA is like cultish. And I'm like, well, if you've been looking over the week, they done turned on him like. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nobody wants this.
Even our even fam turned on him, and I'm like, yeah. You see it, right? And I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? But it's like they're holding his feet to the fucking fire. You know what I mean? Like all this other shit, it ain't been no surprises. You said this is what you gonna run on. This right here is a no. Yeah. We don't want. Now, head to head. The U.S. in like 3. We ain't even making it to 4. Like all this talk about war and USA versus Iran, they get. I know the history with our country. We all ain't got a great relationship, but we ain't gonna act like we don't thrive in these times. Like the U.S. does its best when it's at war. That is just a fact. That is a fact. So all this talking about fighting and head to head, wiping them out fast. They ain't even know. Now, what they did do yesterday was very, very smart. I ain't gonna lie on that. You'd send 2, because even it was trending on Twitter about the bombs and shit. They was sending them one way so they can like refuel in like Guam or something like that. But the real ones went the other way, undetected. So everybody's looking at these planes because you could detect them and then you could see like the logs of when they got gas and all this shit. But the real planes went undetected. That's why nobody knew at all until it was done.
Like everybody was
nobody knew.
Surprised.
So on that front, that was very, very smart of him. Yeah. That was very, very, very. So the planes they was tracking wasn't the ones. Yeah. So again, I mean, like I said, I understand why he did it, man. You don't want a nuclear arms race in the Middle East. If fucking Iran gets nuclear weapons, everybody's gonna be looking to stockpile. Now, with Israel, we got a. I want to say, because I'm not religious, that we got a weird fucking relationship with Israel. But it's in, you know what I'm saying? It's like in the Bible. So when the super religious folks, it's hard to.
Yeah, but
You know?
to my knowledge, that ain't the Israel that was in the Bible, though. Like what?
I mean, it's not,
That's
but
like what the fight is over, damn near. Like
to us it's not. But like the
like,
super
we
religious
created that
folks,
shit.
yeah, to super religious folks.
because
tough.
the like I never understood our relationship with Israel.
I'm with
Like
for security purposes, it's really the only U.S. influenced democracy in the Middle East.
okay,
But allowing them to, like, we all know they got like nuclear weapons and shit like that, allowing them to have it, but you don't want nobody else to have it. That could be looked at as a problem.
yeah,
So I get where Iran is coming from. Like, why, you know what I'm saying? Why the fuck can they have them, but
we can't.
we can't? But you don't, I mean, you don't want your retarded cousin to have Dracos either. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
no one's like no one's necessarily like everybody has their reasons, right? If you look at the totality of it, everybody has their reasons to move the way they're moving. But when our president says no new wars, America first, you got to stand by that. You didn't stand by all this other shit. You got to stand by that. The immigration shit ain't nobody tripping about because we all voted for this shit 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, when shout out to, sister had jumped on the post, cause you know what I mean? Like I said, I'll be looking back, man, and I'm like, we all complicit in this shit, because now the new thing is we all voted for this, right? And I'm like, right now, it's enough time and passed by where you can Google Obama's positions on not only immigration, but on where he was when it came to war. Obama went Call of Duty with the drones.
Oh yeah.
Nigga was blowing up hospitals, weddings. If he suspected a terrorist was there, that motherfucker was getting blew up. He didn't give a fuck if it was women, children, anything up in there. He had to come out and apologize a few times when he was just blowing up shit. He dropped so many motherfucking bombs via drones. We voted for that too. The man in his entire time here deported nearly 3 million? Nearly 3 million? Over damn near 400 in 1 year? You mean to tell me all of them got quote unquote due process, or they were criminals? I don't give a fuck what Trump decides to do. Right? I don't give a fuck what he decides. He'll never reach that number. Never. He'll never reach that number. Not in a year, not in his entire time in office. What Obama did probably will never be reached again. But this is the problem with us, is that you can get away with some fuck shit when you're likable. We don't pay attention to politics when we like somebody in office.
Right.
We did it under Obama. We did it under Biden. We didn't give a fuck. And then there's somebody in office that we do care about. Not only that, he plays the TV games. He's big on transparency. So he's putting everything in your face. And now every single day, somebody's mad about something different. And it's like, we also voted. We're very complacent. We're very, very complacent. There was a raid at my job.
Was it?
In the recycle center? Absolutely.
That's crazy.
When Obama was the president. At my job. So you can't tell me, I think Trump has been in office, 6 months? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. You can't tell me that in 6 months, I don't know how many people he deported this year off the top of my head. But you're already having the discussions on the other side about whether these people are criminals or not. When I'm like, I voted for Obama twice. In 2012, he deported over or near around 400,000 people in 1 year in 2012. This is easily Googleable. You mean to tell me that all of them was criminals? He did the same shit with ICE. That's when ICE became prevalent, honestly. He did the same shit with ICE, and he was blowing through shit to get niggas out of here. And he got on TV and told you, but because we like these people, he's likable, we letting the shit go. Now somebody is in office, now you paying attention to everything he's doing. Now everything is fear-mongering and fucking, what the fuck is he doing? When we all voted for this twice. I was old enough to vote for him. So everybody keeping, why you go back to Obama? That was when I was introduced to politics, and that's when I could vote. And then you go back and you look at it, and just history fucking repeats itself. History repeats itself. Lyndon B. Johnson said back in the day, when it came to the Civil Rights Bill, I had these niggas voting Democrat for 200 years. He got away with that for 50 years, 50, 60 years. 60. He wasn't betting on, I'm sure he wasn't betting on the internet getting here, but he did a great fucking time. He did a great job with that. They're doing the same thing with migrants. Get them here. In my opinion, their plan is to amnesty all of them that's already here so they can stay here. Then they'll be voting Democrat. That's where I'm at with it. But as far as war goes,
you don't think it's gonna happen?
You gotta have a motherfucker hit back. No, in my opinion, what I think is gonna happen is I think there's gonna be some talks had, and I do feel like Iran is either gonna bomb or gonna do something with a couple buildings, some U.S. assets. And I feel like whatever these assets are going to be empty. Nobody's going to be there. Nobody's going to die. It's going to look like Iran retaliated, and it's going to be over. Because I don't think they want to. In my opinion, they don't want to go that route. We like that shit.
You think it'll be over if they do that? Because I don't like that. Doesn't you don't think that would warrant like
as far as
U.S.
As far as U.S.
involvement.
As far as U.S. involvement.
Did I read somewhere that they were saying that the buildings that got bombed by the U.S. and Iran, that the buildings were all empty or something like that?
It quite possibly, too. I think within, back channels.
If it's a show of strength.
Yeah, even with back channels. But the thing is we want to prevent you guys from being able to.
Absolutely.
So the bombs that you do have and where you work on this shit at is all the way underground. So we're going to blow all that shit up. Now you ain't got no place to work on it. Not only do you got no place to work on it, when the situation happened with Israel and Iran in the beginning, last week or this week? Israel took out all the scientists first. Killed them all. Jesus. That was the first hit. Took them all out. So they ain't got no scientists, now they ain't got nowhere to work at.
Jesus.
So, shit, where do you start? You know what I mean? And other than that, he just gonna have to get out. He gonna have to get us out of this. But,
please,
this can hurt. This can hurt his president. This right here.
Gonna hurt his
this can hurt
if he don't get us out of it.
Yeah, this can.
I
This
don't
can
see
hurt.
it being a war. I see it, at most. I see it escalating to a conflict.
Yeah,
if you would, but I don't see it escalating into a war. Not where the world economy is at. There's a lot of countries that have the means to back Iran.
No reason to though.
That have no reason to. And economically, it makes no sense for these countries to go to war. Like, as much as people talk about China and shit, it makes no sense for China themselves to go to war. Like, the shit that we're talking about them trying to go to war with us over dates back to fucking Clinton. Yeah. Like, if they was going to go to war with us, they would have been went to war with us. So,
but the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, but not the retarded cousin.
They would have. If that's the case, they would have got involved during this war on terrorism that we fought. If that's the case, and I don't really
See them inserting themselves.
nah. They never.
They all do. I mean, they
if
all
anything,
do the same thing.
They doubled down on backing us.
Mm.
They also doing the same thing. Like all of these big ass countries are just slowly invading other shit. China doing this. What Russia is doing to Ukraine. Also, that's a very
Is a playbook straight
you know what I
out of
mean.
China.
It's like that's mine anyway. You know what I mean.
Is
It's
a
kind of like
playbook
that's
straight
mine.
Is a play straight out of China's
What
playbook.
Russia is trying to do is just get the old like USSR back together.
Yeah.
That used to be big. USSR when we went
Was
against
huge.
them. When we were with the Cold War and all that shit, they were fucking huge. And then they broke up, they split up. So now what Russia's doing is like, I'm gonna get all my shit back because what we doing is surrounding them. So that's why they taking these, you know what I mean? China's doing the same shit with Africa, buying up everything in Africa right now. And shit, the US ain't really taking over nothing.
Which politically,
So to
I
me,
know
it's we in
it
scary
might not
times.
be the best. It's not great regardless, but politically, it's much better that China's doing it than Russia.
It's the fact. It's a fact. Look.
But are they both communists or no?
They're both communist nations, but they're not
Mm.
explicitly allies.
Oh, okay.
We have more of a almost ally relationship with China than Russia.
Than them in Russia. Okay.
Because I think shit in Iran, I think they were saying like, you know, they super crazy out there. You know, you can like they can kill you for you show your hair out there.
Yeah.
Women.
Oh yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
The rule of law in Iran is
That's why it's you know I know from a freedom standpoint. Like I remember I think SO had made a post on Facebook and he was like, can you be pro-black and be pro-America at the same time, right? I don't think you can be pro-Democrat and be pro-America right now. But the problem is the freedom in all that is that we can complain from here, but you try to do that shit out where you
elsewhere.
complaining at.
you
You
liable to
actually
be
die.
Even include and I understand like I understand Palestine. I understand like that state. You know what I mean that's theirs. You can't tell a motherfucker that you know that's mine. Like you
Right.
coming over here, but even in Palestine, you take that LBGTQ shit over there and
It
all that
don't-
other
it
shit,
don't work.
nigga, they would kill you too. And we sitting there like, do you know what the fuck you
In most places, probably.
Yeah.
in the Middle East? Hell yeah. I don't even
One of the
think
things
you can't
that
even stay in the
makes
same
us
hotel if you're not.
invasion proof is the fact. One of the things that makes us invasion proof is one of our amendments that gives our citizens the right to bear arms.
Yeah.
Like that's not something that a lot of countries have.
No.
You don't go to China and be able to walk around with a pistol
I know in the
or
Middle
even
East.
own a gun at home.
I know they say you can't. Most smoking and drinking is damn near prohibited.
Mm-hmm.
In
And-
China?
No, in like Middle East countries,
Oh, yeah.
including Dubai. I think smoking and drinking.
Yeah, like
smoking and
That's why
drinking is
people going over there going to
prosecuted,
jail.
Like, seriously
Yeah.
for
and
a wax
if
pig.
you're not married, you can't be in the same room in a hotel. Shit, you know what I mean? It's like a different way of living, but we from the freedom of our
Denmark. Nobody don't ever beef with Denmark because it's Denmark.
shit. I think we trying to get them or some shit. I think we trying to make them like
Greenland.
USA.
Isn't it
Greenland
Greenland?
and yeah. But from the freedom of where we at, we can be pro everything else. You know, but try that shit over there.
Yeah.
All right.
You can't even be loud. Women can't be loud over there. In LA,
You can't do shit over there, bro.
No, you cannot. And they
I
ain't
think
in a
with
hurry to
the-
get over there.
With the pro-black and pro-American, I feel like that is kind of frowned upon. Like even when you look at the
Pro-liberal.
pro-liberal, okay. But even when you look at like the actual Juneteenth celebrations that are going around, like you see the colors red, black, green, and yellow. Those are not the colors of the Juneteenth
yeah.
flag. Like the Juneteenth flag is red, white, and blue. And our people refuse to acknowledge red, white, and blue. And it's like you don't even realize the ignorance that, you know, like that's some foreign shit. The red, green, and all that.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with your enslaved ancestors. Like their colors were also red, white, and blue. And if you even show up with them colors, people are looking at you like, what? But we're American. Like, we are from America. Like, all the other countries, the Africans, they be looking at us. They, turn their nose up at us. We influence everything, but, we don't show self-pride when it comes to our country.
It's freedom
I
in
don't
that,
get
though.
that.
It's freedom in that.
Yeah.
Freedom of expression.
Yeah.
I was disgusted all Juneteenth. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I was one of, you know what I mean? Like, I was one of the few, especially, because it became more talked about when I was like heavy in the movement, right?
Yeah.
And I was very, very pro Juneteenth. I wasn't fucking with July 4th at all. What's some things, man? You got to be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
One of the, I felt like it was good, but one of the, at that time, good things that came out of the, is it FAUX? FAUX. You know, like to do the
Yeah,
FAUX.
faux. Yeah.
FAUX. Black Lives Matter movement. Was the federalization of Juneteenth. Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah. Whenever
'Cause
something
it's
is
nasty.
commercialized, it's always going to be nasty.
Oh, man.
It's always.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I do kind of want to try the Juneteenth ice cream if they still have that with the
Oh.
red velvet.
I got, you know,
It's not gonna really pop off until they let us like fireworks on Juneteenth.
shit, you got it off.
It was
I mean,
happening though this past weekend. I saw fireworks.
So my thing is that I love history. I don't want to come off like super ignorant either, but Juneteenth is only a Texas thing. It's only a Texas thing. I wonder if other pro-slavery states
Celebrated it.
not celebrate it, but have their own day
That's
of
a
when
good
they
question.
found out
That it was
that they were
over.
no longer slaves.
That's a good question. Because how they do Juneteenth in Texas is different. Like, that's how I found
But they
out
were
about
literally the last to
it.
find out.
Yeah.
So I wonder if other states, because I know slavery wasn't just the South thing. You know, it was in the North and etc. I wonder if they look at it differently because we found out differently. Like, I'm not from Texas, so I can't relate to. I'm not from Texas. I've only been to Texas like once.
Yeah.
You know, I love the sentiment of Juneteenth, but I'm not a Texan.
Right.
I can't relate to that. And I wonder if other people feel the same way because they're not from Texas. But now and these things coming to mind because I'm so anti now.
I feel you. That was like literally the first time I went to Texas was to play a Juneteenth festival, and that was the first time I heard of Juneteenth because my birthday is Juneteenth, but I never really knew the significance of it. Yeah, like it's a big fucking deal. They have whole festivals.
Absolutely, yeah,
and
it's
all
serious
kind
out there.
of shit.
It's serious.
Like we played a whole fucking concert, big ass park in San Antonio. Like thousands of motherfuckers out there, like celebrating Juneteenth.
Yeah, it's different out there, but
And
it's a Texan
it's like
thing.
2015. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's definitely a Texas thing.
I don't know, because they were literally the
I
last.
would be willing to bet no.
They were literally the last to. That's what Juneteenth is.
And that's the
You know what I mean?
significance of Juneteenth is because they were the last ones to
know.
find out. But I would be willing to bet other states don't.
Although, I mean, you can kind of argue that slavery is way more prevalent now than it was back then with sex trafficking in prison.
And even they get paid, but that's why they, keep mentioning how the immigrants are, all of the wages and like the work that they do
wages.
and
I said fucking slave wages.
No, for real. Like, cause they literally, they're doing it's slave rates what they're getting paid, and people are okay with that. It's like, how are y'all okay with that?
Because it's the bottom line. Like,
They're not going to go do it.
a lot of these
They would if they paid the right
you-
amount.
Yeah.
See,
That's cause and effect though. Like if you have to pay people a living wage, if you have to pay citizens a living wage to go pick this fruit, grapes are no longer 99 cents a pound. Now they're $3.99 a pound because we have to pay these workers these wages. Like everything's gonna go up if you have to pay people a living wage.
what's wrong with just being legal?
I'm not mad at legal citizens doing the work. All I'm saying is there's a cause and effect.
Yeah.
If you raise the price, you have to pay the workers. You have to raise
Fuck
the
it.
price to
Fuck that shit.
Organic orange already $2.99 a pound of a piece, as opposed to the inorganic, which I don't even understand how that concept works.
Ivan, this is my problem though, right? This is my problem, and this is my problem with a lot of the bourgeoisie in Vegas, right? Because you can go to the numbers. The numbers tell you everything. From a Democrat standpoint, most millionaires and billionaires voted democratically. Those are the numbers. Most millionaires, Elon might be the most prevalent, but the numbers say most millionaires and billionaires voted for Democrats.
Here or in
general, the entire country. Most millionaires and billionaires voted democratically. You mean to tell me, not only did they vote more democratically, I think more, more of the college educated voted for Democratic, right? You can say that is the party of privilege right now. Most of y'all are going that way. You mean to tell me you same motherfuckers are outside protesting for illegal immigration? And the only reason you niggas is protesting for illegal immigration is because a lot of the millionaires or billionaires are paying illegal immigrants under the table slave wages. Niggas will go, nigga, I will pick any grape you want if you paying me $20 in insurance. But we not fucking with that because you undercutting us and going, I'll pay this motherfucker that ain't from here $7.50 with no insurance under the table.
Fucking productivity I could ask for out of him.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's you motherfuckers be out there
they're gonna find
acting.
a way around it. They're gonna find a way around it. If not, then all we're gonna do is build more prisons and turn those niggas into the new farmers. We're gonna find a way around it.
And then on the flip side, it broke my heart what I seen yesterday. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even though I think they did it for political reasons too, but it broke my heart. It did. That is a staple in a community of ours.
Oh.
It is.
So, yesterday, the Broadacres swap meet
Yeah. No.
announced that they weren't gonna be open for a while because of ICE. It did.
Oh,
That's
man.
crazy.
So this is where it's kind of like I understand what's going on, but that was the first time I was like, damn, like it's a staple in the community, man. That's been there since I was born.
It was opening in the late 70s, and it's the first time I remember it ever being closed. And I live like right down the street from it, so I'm used to Friday nights. That traffic over there being insane. Saturday morning about 10 o'clock. You drive on Las Vegas Boulevard and Pecos, nigga. There's
entire parking lot.
There's nothing. I've been in Las Vegas my entire life. There's nothing I've seen in Las Vegas that's like that. Outside of maybe like EDC, outside of maybe when you have big huge concerts, maybe like the BTS's or Beyonce or somebody like that in town. Other than that, like consistently
every weekend.
Race weekend when it first started, coming, maybe F1 weekend when it first came. Every weekend, literally every Friday night, it's pumping and jumping over there.
Yeah, it was like its own little world over there for real.
See, this is
it's not just shops. They have concerts. They have food vendors. Like it's a real thing. Again,
the parking lot alone used
they had to build a second parking lot.
See, but this is my thing, right? This is my thing, Noise. And again, I'm looking at it from a political standpoint, right? Is that when this shit jumped off again, when we get to talk about illegal immigration, he talking about when Trump was talking about they eating the cats and the dogs, and you know what I'm saying? But it was like Democrats turned it into a Mexican thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was like, in my mind, it's like, why when you think of illegal immigration, although I know, I know the situation, but why are you making this a Mexican thing? So not only are you, it's like you putting it in our faces to make it hit a little harder. When it was a fucking Haitian. It started off as like a Haitian and a Venezuelan kind of thing. What's the motherfucker that?
Had a
Yeah,
lot of people
Venezuelan and all
crossing
this
the
shit.
water from
And then
the
it's like,
east.
boom, they turned it into fucking Mexicans.
I think it's a regional thing.
I think
So
too.
like we're on the
yeah,
West
'cause
Coast.
of where we are. it's
So
a
where
high
we're,
concentration.
where we are located, we automatically we're gonna think Mexican. But if you're like over in Florida or somewhere on that coast,
probably
you're gonna
like the
think the
Cubans
Cubans,
and
the Puerto
Haitians
Rico.
and
Well,
like,
Puerto
yeah.
Ricans are U.S.
U.S.
citizens.
territory.
Yeah. But you'll think of like all of those islands that are near there.
Puerto Ricans are
because-
not U.S. citizens. We captured
Well,
them
U.S.
niggas.
territory.
Like,
U.S. territory.
They can come here.
We captured that shit.
like in Michigan, it was.
It takes
was
going to
mainly
Port-
centered
it
around,
takes
like,
going to-
Middle Easterns.
it takes going to
Middle
Puerto
Eastern,
Rico to
yeah,
see.
and then even on the
It's a
East
U.S.
Coast, it's like
territory.
a bunch of like Middle
Nigga,
Easterns.
for real.
Yeah.
It is.
No, like, it takes going to Puerto Rico to understand what capturing a city looks like. That ain't I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's not the United
Well,
States.
when you
Puerto
look
Rico
at
is
it,
a
where it's
big deal.
located on the map, it's right smack in the middle of like all of the, the Caribbean and all the different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
areas as
what I'm
well.
saying is when we went there is nothing there that says this is of the United States. Yeah, you can throw a fucking Jack in the Box right there and a fucking KFC. When you go to Puerto Rico, you like, nigga, we took this over. This wasn't.
Probably.
It doesn't look like it was like given to us.
Yeah, but I've been New Orleans post Katrina and did that like no shit that the U.S. cared about either.
Yeah, but it was like a familiarity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
this
we
shit
walk
like
down the street from white people.
when I
on
went to
my
Puerto
main
Rico.
plan.
When I went to Puerto Rico, it looked like nigga was a gang war, and I'm looking at the survivors. Y'all here, but I mean y'all.
I'm sure there's places in the continental United States that probably you can probably roll through right now and you'd be like, this shit probably like it belong in Puerto Rico too.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
that
sure there's.
drug corridor in Baltimore.
I was
Terrible
about to say
place.
Baltimore. I'm pretty sure there's places in Ohio that look just like
It-
Detroit?
I just got a different. Like it's different from being a state versus just a property, and it looks like
feel you.
it looks like when you go to an apartment and you can tell whoever owns this don't care about it that much.
slumlord.
That's the
Like
feeling
a
I
slumlord
got.
island.
Yeah, but it's like we can go here without a passport. But when you get there, it's kind of like, oh, you niggas is starving over here. That was the feeling I got.
Were there any nice parts of Puerto Rico that you saw?
Well, we didn't
any
really, we didn't
resorts?
go through like the entire island, but
No.
we were kind of
Island
in the
ain't that
more
big
like
either, though.
touristy areas. But
No, we wasn't.
yeah, we were.
They do we was actually in there. You know they have like the resorts and shit.
Yeah.
No, we were in Puerto Rico. We didn't go through where we didn't.
See,
we
that
got
was probably
Yeah, but we
why.
were still in San Juan. Like, there's different areas of the island that are not like that. I mean, that you can tell that that's more of for a touristy spot for people to come and to come and visit. We weren't actually out like in the jungle or nothing like that.
I got the feeling like this was
It
captured.
sound like y'all was in the Saratogas of the Puerto Rico.
Nigga, dead
The
ass.
Saratogas of
Dead
Puerto Rico.
ass.
Crazy.
Oh god.
It's like, even though I've been in both all my life, it was like I was in North Las Vegas. Like, yeah, y'all part of the North, but
the
y'all ain't
beachfront.
Yeah.
We
Y'all
was
ain't
in
that-
the beachfront North Las
You
Vegas.
get what I'm saying? Where we at, Noise?
We had an hour and 33.
What this shit's flying
Shit
by,
flew.
man.
Jesus.
Hey, what's the shit that you sent me to?
The
She
B.
getting
Simone.
killed, man.
Who?
B. Simone.
She is.
Did you happen to see? Did you catch
saw
that this
it,
past
yeah.
week?
I be better. Hey, You know, and like you talking about, speaking for women. Ivan was getting his motherfucking ass.
Were you?
Toe up,
In
boy.
regards to this?
No, without the PCOS shit.
Oh, okay.
I said, ooh, boy, I didn't even know what the fuck PCOS was. I said, this nigga on the internet getting. I said, hey, man, this is bad for
What is
marketing, bro.
PCOS?
Not right now, man. Don't do this right now.
PCOS, it's a condition women experience. I'm not sure what the cause is, but I know that what I said was we're not gonna blame all these mustaches and goatees on PCOS. Cause to me, I feel like PCOS is
that was the wrong thing to say.
I feel
That
like
was
I feel like
yeah.
I feel like PCOS is like narcissist, where like it kind of came into like the popular lexicon in the last little bit because of social media, and so now every man that's hurt your feelings is now a narcissist, or every man that talks with a certain confidence, he becomes a narcissist now. Like I feel like PCOS is kind of like, even though it's a medical condition, it's not necessarily the same thing. But I feel like women had mustaches before we knew PCOS was a thing.
Yeah, but that's because they went undiagnosed. Like a lot of your grandmas and aunties weren't going to the doctors being treated for PCOS because they didn't.
Yeah, but we ain't never look at
They
it
hardly
as a thing
ever
either,
even
though.
went to the doctors.
I remember
then.
vividly, Mom. I just looked at it like it was something regular. Like I had an aunt that just nigga sat on the couch with the tweezers.
Yeah, but like a whole mustache, man. Oh god, I had
aunt
this
died with a
fucking
mustache.
hall monitor in like
crazy.
first grade named Miss Johnson that had the thickest fucking mustache ever, and it used to creep me the fuck out. No diss to any.
I didn't even know women
weird
got hair
ladies.
titties. I mean, titties on hair on their titties.
On their
Hair,
breast,
hair on their areolas and shit. That's nasty.
You never seen women with like hair chest, like chest hair?
I guess they shave it before we get there.
or wax it.
Laser hair removal.
They wax it, laser hair removal. There's things for it, but a lot of the aunties and grandmas, they wasn't going to the doctor. They barely even went to the doctor. So
I mean,
how could they be diagnosed?
to-
It's not the same thing as narcissism.
for me, it wasn't. I think for me, it wasn't. No, you know what? When I was reading Ivan Steen, right? I think because of the internet, everybody wants to be perfect. And what we're doing now is taking what used to be natural and trying to find ways to either cover it up or make it like it wasn't there. We in our 40s now. Pluck your motherfucking chin hair.
Yeah.
We all grew up on that. Like, we're millennials. Well, I'm a millennial. I grew up on this shit. Nigga on the couch just plucking. We grew up on that. But when you try to take something and you make it like either try to put an excuse on it or you try to mask it, it makes it pop out a little bit more. So now it's like, damn, bitch, I'm fucking you and you plucking you. It's natural.
And there's some good hairy face vagina out there. I've had one or two.
Oh boy.
I don't think I've ever messed with a hairy face. I mean, like I said, I ain't never seen it. I just found out. Like, I didn't know women actually grew hair on their boobs.
Oh no, that happens.
I'd never seen that before. But I'm sorry.
Hair.
I was just saying because Ivan was getting attacked on that motherfucker.
Well, I mean, I could see how people would be pretty sensitive about that because PCOS is
Let
like,
a gay man say it.
huh?
Let a gay man say it.
No, they would still be upset about that because that's something that cis women I don't know if y'all what internet y'all been on, but a lot of the people in the community in the LGBT be talking about how they are not our allies, especially trans women will say that cis women, myself, would not be considered allies. So I don't think that we would be
ally for what?
because they say did you see that Nene clip where she was talking to what was it?
Trans ain't gay though.
No, but it's still. What do you mean?
Like, those are all I feel like those are all different
So you
sectors.
think an actual gay man can say that
a
everybody?
feminine
don't have
gay man can say
PCOS?
something about a woman that a trans man cannot. Or a trans woman. What? You know what I mean?
Shit.
I think they're different. They're different sectors. For me, it is lesbian, bisexual, gay. And then it gets tricky. But no, within the from motherfuckers that I talk to, like I know people we all do.
Yes.
You ask them the same shit, he'd be like, hey, it's just as ugly in our community. Like
And all of them don't fuck with each other.
a lot of them
either.
don't fuck. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't really fuck with each
That's
other
the
like
part
that.
they don't-
So I'm
they
saying
don't, publicize
a feminine gay man. They're not all. Well, what was the thing? They're not all a monolith.
Yeah.
So a feminine gay man may have a different outlook on what a trans
Yeah.
woman.
I don't think any man should
A
be
trans
speaking
woman
on
was-
a woman's
is
medical
the-
condition, though.
Trans woman would be the man. Would be a man.
Would be a man.
Because you're transitioning into a woman. So it wasn't. They would have two different. So of course I would. I
I
would
would say the wrong thing here. You know.
Right.
I wouldn't think they would. I wouldn't think they wouldn't look at. I don't think they would look at black women as an ally either.
Yeah, probably not. But I don't think any man, gay, straight, whatever, should be speaking on a woman's medical condition, something that you can never experience. I don't think that's ever a good thing, a good look. Just my opinion.
It's not. I mean, like
Because it's only you're only speculating. You can only say what you think.
Yeah.
You know, you've never experienced it, so you can't really
From
speak from experience.
From my point of mind, like I said, man, when you take something natural and then you put like a big ass sun over it and make it pop out a little bit more, like that's where it get a little spooky. But I'm sorry. I was just saying Ivan was getting attacked, so just be careful about speaking up on
Rightfully
women.
so. Yeah.
But
Crazy.
yeah, to be Simone shit, because this was a big thing.
It
Apparently.
is a big thing, which is crazy to me. But just I don't understand what was the right or the wrong thing to do in this situation. Like only B
Yeah.
Simone and her friend know, because her friend didn't sound like she was expecting help from B Simone, but like she would have appreciated it.
Yeah.
So if I spoke like I wanted some help, and she didn't help, then but even then, like B Simone isn't obligated to help her friend. Like we don't know B Simone's pockets to begin with.
There was a clip I seen where she was saying how she was like broke.
B Simone?
Now she is. Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
we
remember,
don't-
she's kind of had like
Yeah, this ain't her first
she's
time
been
being-
having peaks and valleys throughout
What's
her
the
career.
Jesus thing? Is she like a? Because
So-
when we seen her, it wasn't like.
No, so when she first came out, it was very secular. Had nothing to do with Jesus. Like, she was always, talking about people being her boyfriend, and she was just a personality online. The whole Jesus thing, that kind of like came about, I think, within like the last year, because her father is a preacher. And she's been holding like these conventions with women at her father's church.
Oh, get that money,
so,
honey.
Yeah, so
Get that
that's exactly
money.
what it is. Like,
Yeah.
this is kind of like her, her comeback story.
Yeah.
But I was, I didn't watch the entire interview. I just saw clips of it, and I don't know. It just seems like she was more of like one of those type of friends that she, you can do good, but you can't do better than me, type of friend. And it's like there's certain people that thrive when they see that they're the only friend that's doing well amongst others, and they'll help a stranger, but will be 100% okay with seeing, like, with not putting their friends in position to thrive as well.
I did see a thing where because I seen a couple clips on it. I had looked it up on TikTok, and I was like, damn, this shit like really moving.
Yeah.
Like this was a big thing. I know B Simone alluded to her friend getting opportunities that she didn't though.
Yes. So that was the part that really stuck out to me. I'm like, damn, she's kind of, I don't know, like with that, because she said that her friend had called her and she was so excited to share with her, like, I received this opportunity. And, when she presented it to B Simone was like, oh, okay. Not happy for her, not excited or anything like that. And then they hang up, and then she calls her back and was like, I don't know what that was, but I want to address it. That I wasn't happy for you in that moment when you shared that with me. And she was like, because I'm more of the type that, like, I want us to get it together. I want us to get rich together. But you're not, like, putting any opportunities for anybody else to get rich. So how is it a together type of situation if you want to be the person to have all of the opportunities and then just pinch off a little bit, if you pinch anything off to the people around you? Like, she just, I don't know. I was like, that's not cool. Like to see and to call this person your best friend.
I think it's been more nuanced. I know more B Simones than anything.
Oh, me too. 100%.
But I will say is that money gives you options. But the most heartbreaking thing when you get money, and I think you got to have money to really know it, is it gives you options, but it doesn't give you respect, nor does it give you opportunities, if that makes sense. And I think the most heartbreaking thing is to see somebody that doesn't have as much money than you get more opportunities than you do. And or respect. That's a tough pill to swallow. So help can come in different forms. Maybe B. Simone didn't help her out monetarily because she felt like she didn't need to. And then I also know a lot of motherfuckers want to know that they doing better than you. At least, I mean, monetarily. You know, I could be your friend all I want. That don't mean I want you doing better than me.
That's a fact.
So that's why, I mean, I've always been, I was raised this way. Man, I'm very, very tricky with that friend word.
Oh, yeah.
I don't use it that much.
Yeah, no, for real.
I didn't call motherfucker, I say any, I don't think I've used that friend word more than 10 times in my life. Like, you just don't, I was raised that you just, certain words that you just don't, you don't be using, like friend and I love all that shit, a friend and I love you and all that shit. You can't use them with everything. You know what I mean? It's some other words out there. It's shit. Comrade, affiliate, shit.
Affiliate.
Comrade, affiliate, anything. That friend word, man, that means something,
Acquaintance.
man. Yeah, like that, you know. Shit, I don't fucking know.
Somebody
man.
I like to have fun with. Like, yeah, no. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's hard to kind of gauge the situation though, because B. Simone's had a major fall from grace over the last few years, so it's hard to gauge him because it's like
I ain't never
was
seen
she-
her to be on top. When was she ever?
when she was on Wildin' Out. When
Yeah.
Wildin' Out was like peaking,
Then
B.
she
Simone
had that
was there.
book she put
Yeah,
out that
I
came
ain't-
out that she was
The book was the beginning of
plagiarizing.
the end. That was the beginning
That
of
was
the fall.
years ago.
Yeah, what I'm saying, she's
Oh, she been falling
she
in
fell
this.
from
Yeah.
prominence like a lot. Yeah,
She been falling like a
Clawing back
motherfucker.
up to the mountaintop ever
Oh,
since.
she
I
been
don't know.
falling like a
I don't know if she's
motherfucker.
climbed back to the mountaintop since
She
though.
hasn't.
So,
Been trying to.
so it's
Yeah.
hard to kind of gauge. That's why it's like for me, it's hard to judge the situation because where was B. Simone in her life at the time that her friend needed help? Shit, I might be looking for help too around this motherfucker, but we may assume because I'm the celebrity in the situation that I'm in a better position than you, and that's not always the case. There's a lot of motherfuckers with a lot of clout that's just as broke as you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we talked about the girl. We don't know her, but like she had like a huge following on Twitter, like 100,000 followers or something. You say you saw her on the bus. So, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers might be, everything I do might be viral, but nigga, I might be struggling the same way you are, if not worse.
I think the thing that kind of takes the edge off of that though is that she said she was witnessing her actively help strangers. So it's like if you're, I don't know. I think that I don't think she's a good person. And I know you can't really say that off of just clips, but just hearing them both talk and discuss it and talk about it in real time, it was like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. Like she had said her grandmother passed away, and the best friend, her grandmother had passed away, and B. Simone was like, well, just call me and let me know if you need me to, bring flowers or food or whatever. And her friend was like, I didn't want to have to call you and ask you to bring flowers. Like I wanted you to show up and bring flowers to my house, or or actually be there for me in physical form. And we have experienced that before as well. Like when you're dealing with grief, you don't want to have to, like, that's kind of like a blanket statement that you give to somebody that you don't really care about. Just let me know if you need anything. I'm here for you. People just say that just to say it. The actual people that really show up, those are the people that really care about you, I think.
Yeah, but I could say a lot of people could feel that way about me then, because I just, I went through my situation. It'd be coming up on 10 years. I just started acknowledging when people experience death or they have death around them, and like I just started, like if I knew somebody and like their parent passed away or I disappeared. Like it was one of them things. Is like when you kind of like know your triggers. No matter how you try to help somebody, I ain't strong enough for that. You know, I understand if that makes me look like a best friend. I mean, like a bad friend or something like that. But I ain't strong enough for that yet.
Yeah.
You know, like I completely just no internet, no nothing. I can't handle it. I be, I put that on my kids too. I tell my kids the same thing. Like, man, you done been through so much. You can't afford to be taking on nobody else's problems. Like, you fucking drive yourself crazy like that. You know, you got to know what you can and you can't handle and what your triggers are. So, on that end, there are people, people in my universe that probably felt that same way. But I don't know Simone. I don't know her issues. But, like, I ain't strong enough for that.
Yeah.
I can't be there for you, and I can't be there for me in that instance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, before we get up out of here, how long we got doing?
We had.
I know I keep saying that, but I remember when I used to.
If you wanted to be
Real quick, Noisy, did you see the top R&B singers yet?
I heard about it, but I ain't looking.
Me too. So
this shit's egregious.
we kept no. You know what? We kept getting tagged in it, and I said
Very
myself,
subjective.
I told myself, I said, Billboard is getting too fucking good at this. They are not getting me again, because we didn't talk about it, I think twice already. One was the top R&B song.
Yes.
I remember the top R&B songs, and then they did the worst songs on R&B albums or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And everybody was mad about the Michael Jackson one. This one right here, I was like, they ain't getting me again. I scroll right past that shit. And then I seen somebody on Twitter like break this shit down. I'm like, no, that ain't the.
It's ugly.
And then I read the
Criteria.
and then I was like,
Some of that shit still don't add up to me.
okay, so wifey got the list. I read the criteria. And the criteria says the following they agreed on the following criteria: vocal prowess, body of work, career longevity, industry achievements, game-changing influence, and enduring generational / cultural impact. While some singers who made the list are also known for their lyrical skills, songwriting wasn't a major deciding factor in this instance. And legendary singers best known for fronting groups versus their solo work were not included.
Okay.
Which means they got a greatest list. You got a greatest group list coming.
Frontman list coming.
Yeah.
So all of that. So hearing what the criteria was,
Okay.
who does that sound like to be the number one person to you? Who do you think should be number one based off of that? What we heard the criteria was.
They didn't include songwriting, so
Agreed.
I might get clowned, but it's Mike to me.
Michael Jackson.
Like
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? It's Mike. It's Mike. He checks off every one of
Hold on.
them.
Let me-
without Mike,
hold on,
you
let
don't
me-
get an Usher without Mike.
He
you
checks
don't
off
get,
all of those boxes.
We
Hold on,
talking
let me see.
generational
Okay, hold on.
influence, cultural impact.
vocal prowess,
Yes.
The man had the highest
Body of
selling
work.
R&B album of all time for decades.
No, he's
Vocal
still number one. He's number one and number 7. No,
Yeah.
I think he's 1, 10, and 12 now.
He
Or
was
something
one
like
of the
that.
first niggas doing fucking Wembley Arena and shit like soccer stadiums and
I would.
like.
It's definitely not.
And
Stevie
we
Wonder.
not even talking about
okay.
his tenure with
Vo-
his
it's-
brothers.
Vocal prowess is where you're losing me.
How? Mike had one of the more aggressive.
Mike started lip syncing early. He been singing since he was a kid. He lost his voice.
No, once again, he been singing since at full voice and touring since he was a kid. It was no issue to anybody.
Okay, going off of this.
By the time that he got to the end of the Dangerous tour leading up to history that you lip syncing?
Going off of this list.
Lip sync, bro.
Going off of this list.
Because also he had the polyps and shit
I'm
that
not
everybody
mad at.
had to start getting
I'm not
surgery
mad
and
at.
shit on.
I'm not mad at Mike at 3. If we're going off of this list,
Okay.
because the vocal.
So who's
the
number
vocal-
1?
Stevie Wonder.
Gotta be
Oh,
me.
shit.
That gotta be
Okay.
me. That was where I'm going.
Okay.
That's where I'm going. Stevie, James Brown, Mike.
Oh.
Why James
Fuck
Brown?
no.
Nah. Stevie being in the top 3, I'm with that as long as
Two,
Mike
he's two.
We don't have any of this without James.
He's 2.
Nothing. James is one of the most sampled. He had the voice. He had the moves. He had the cultural impact. He got the voice. He was a stageman. What are we missing?
He's not Mike though.
There is no Mike without James.
Now that we have to.
You can acknowledge that and still say he's better than James.
He's definitely
was.
better than James.
He's better than
In
James.
what?
ranked
Catalog
higher than
wise,
him.
performance
I
wise.
said he did rank higher than James Brown.
Yeah,
Or you
he's-
saying James Brown should be top 3?
Yes.
No.
I think James Brown.
I would
should be
say
top
Stevie-
10, but definitely not top. 3.
Stevie,
He's sick.
James Brown.
Oh yeah, that's about
Stevie,
right.
James Brown, Mike.
Nah, who's the top 3?
Stevie, Aretha, and Mike.
That's where it gets shaky.
But Beyonce is 4.
That's fucking cut. That nuts. That's nuts.
Ooh.
That's nuts.
Is it nuts?
I don't know, because when you think,
Nah.
I mean, if you
Is
go off
it
of the
not?
criteria,
I can see
she
why they
checks
put
off.
Aretha in the
Me
the
too.
top 3.
But if I'm going 4, I'm going to the Nasty Man.
Kelly?
R. Kelly?
R. Kelly?
Yes.
And nah, he's where he should be in that line.
In
I heard
prison.
he-
Nine?
Agreed. In prison.
Number 9.
He's in prison.
Yeah, and he's lucky he's there.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
I'm not even the biggest R. Kelly guy like that.
me either. But I'm not
But,
diminishing.
come
his
on,
work,
bro.
But it's not top 10. Nah, I'm sorry.
Is Usher
I mean,
really?
not top 5.
Is Usher really 12?
Yes. I'm good. I'm okay with that.
What?
I'm okay with that.
12.
I'm okay with that.
12 is nuts.
You take away his highest. You take away Confessions. What do you have with Usher? Honestly,
Usher has a solid catalog.
Usher striked when it was hot. He did. He got one.
Usher has
Usher
solid.
literally.
Usher has solid
You take away
vocal.
Confessions.
R&B for some years.
We're not finna do this.
He did.
He did.
He thrived in art.
Let me go back.
He
to
thrived in what?
He thrived in R. Kelly's universe.
You are tripping.
Thriving in R. Kelly's universe. Sounds
No,
crazy.
bruh. No.
Because
No.
the thing everybody
Confessions dropped in what, 2004?
no. This is the thing. Everybody
This is R. Kelly's universe.
everybody's saying R. Kelly should be higher, but it's the part where songwriting wasn't a major deciding
Yeah.
factor in this instance.
Y'all talking like
Instantly
that's the thing.
drops him.
If it's a songwriting list,
What's
definitely.
the criteria?
What is it? Vocal
But R.
prowess.
Kelly shouldn't be. If we talking about
Body of
vocally,
work.
R. Kelly shouldn't even be fucking.
R. Kelly is a better
ahead of
singer than
Charlie
Usher.
Wilson. God damn it!
I can't say
R.
he
Kelly
is.
is a better singer than
I
Usher.
can't say he is. I can't agree
I'm
there.
not gonna go with you there,
I
brother.
can't agree with you.
I'm sorry.
That's nuts.
Can't agree with you.
Okay, vocal prowess. I got R. Kelly.
Body of work.
R. Kelly.
Songwriting
No,
notwithstanding.
body of work. R. Kelly.
R. Kelly don't have a Confessions.
TP2.
TP2? Are we
It's
going to act
not-
like
it's-
TP2 is
it's
not,
not
a thing?
It is not Confessions. TP2 wasn't even the best album to come out that year in R&B. We're forgetting Where I Want to Be came out the same year as TP2 or around the same time.
We don't
No,
even
Where I
know.
Want to Be is 99.
What year did TP2 come out?
2000, 2001, somewhere.
2000? Same time period.
Yeah, you're tripping.
R&B wise, you're not putting on TP2 before you put on Where I Want to Be. That's not a thing.
Where
I'm not, but I'm
I
down.
don't know.
I would be
Did-
biased.
Did X Factor come out in
Yeah.
1999? Or what else came out in 2000?
Keep going. What? Babe, give us the top 10.
So the top 10, just a second. It goes to 15. So 10, we have Marvin Gaye.
Jesus Christ.
9 is R. Kelly.
Oh my God, it was
Come
so
on,
weak.
man.
8 is Mariah
It's still R.
Carey.
Kelly. It's still R. Kelly.
Come on,
It's R.
man.
Kelly.
He
Prince.
dropped around that time.
Prince.
And
7
that's
is
just
Prince.
2000.
Okay.
6 is James Brown. 5 is Whitney Houston, which she's not even an R&B artist, really, is she? She was more pop when she first came out.
Yeah, but did she black? So they go.
So she's R&B. Okay.
Billboard considered her R&B.
Because in the Grammys, there's no pop category.
There isn't?
Pop, no. Pop
Well, I
is
guess
not-
Michael Jackson would be pop too, huh? Towards the
Yeah.
end, yeah. Okay, you're right. 4 is Beyonce. 3 is Michael Jackson.
Travesty.
2 is Aretha Franklin, and number 1 is Stevie Wonder.
Vocally, yes. Stevie, yeah. Yeah. It's niggas that can't do what Stevie can do, or could do back in the day.
Okay, so I'm going down. Hold on, I'm going down. This is the albums in 2000. J.E. Heartbreak,
Ooh.
Voodoo,
Shit.
D'Angelo, the Romeo Must Die album.
Is D'Angelo even on the list?
He better be.
Probably
Like in
somewhere
the
way far
50s
down.
or some
Yeah.
shit like that.
My Name is Joe, Tony Braxton, The Heat.
D'Angelo's 45.
TP2.com. TP2.com was actually released in December. TP2.com is
Pretty much 2001. Then,
no, it's
'cause
2000. It dropped November of 2000.
okay.
It's TP2.com.
But there's some other heat, right? There's some other notable albums that came out around the same time as TP2.com.
They're probably. I mean,
That's fair, yeah.
that was D'Angelo's second album.
Yeah, but that was the game-changing album. Voodoo is a classic.
It is, but it wasn't TP2.com.
Okay, so now
I think Voodoo. This is speaking from the music nerd, music maker standpoint. I think Voodoo influenced a lot more musicians than TP2.
Absolutely, not even questionable.
Like I think Voodoo influenced. Yeah,
But you talking about if you
D'Angelo's
talking
catalog
about
is-
game changing, or based on the criteria, TP2 was more influential. From a consumer standpoint.
From a consumer standpoint, okay,
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah.
okay, so now do me a favor. Off the top of your head, name me the other R&B albums that came out around Confessions.
When was Confessions?
2003.
Are you sure?
Yes.
When
Well,
did,
I think it was
when did
2004.
Emancipation of Mimi come out?
Ooh. That was like 2005. I
Yeah,
remember
that was
because
like-
I had
yeah,
just
okay,
had my
yeah.
baby.
I was like that motherfucker.
Usher Confessions came out in
That album
2004.
went on a run.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it came out around the same
Let's see,
time.
R&B
And Emancipation of
albums
Mimi, that's a
released
classic.
in 2004.
That's one of them ones.
Awesome shit. Okay. I'm gonna go to number. We just gonna do number one R&B hip hop albums of 2004. We can do that. So you got the Diary of Alicia Keys, Usher Confessions, R. Kelly Happy People / You Saved Me, Jill
Ew.
Scott second album, Beautifully Human, Sierra Goodies, Destiny Fulfilled.
That was a good one.
last
Yeah, that
album.
was a good one.
What's some heat that year? God damn.
Is she the reason?
Hip-hop, for sure.
No, and just hip hop and R&B. You got started January. The Diary of Alicia Keys dropped. February, you got Twisted Kamikaze. The very next week, The College Dropout. You got Cassidy's first album in April. You crazy. Confessions album is the next week. You got D12 in May.
Okay.
8-Ball MJG, Living Legends.
Was that when they was on Bad Boy South?
Yep.
Oh, Bad Boy South.
That was
It's a nitty
that was one of them ones though.
Hey man,
I can't let y'all play
it's
with
some
Living
shit that
Legends
year.
like
I'm not gonna some shit that year, man. But okay, what was top 10? Because I was looking it up. So give me top 10. I know you said Stevie is number one. I don't think you
Stevie
can't argue.
Wonder, Michael Jackson, I argue with it wholeheartedly. I say 2 though. I get Stevie
Who?
2. I say Stevie's 2.
Man, you crazy as a motherfucker.
I'm only with Stevie being number one because I know the influence that he had on Michael.
I'm for influence.
So-
He gave Mike like you gave. First of all, I got Mike singing background vocals for me,
Yeah,
and then I gave you one of your biggest ad libs, or the biggest ad lib ever. I gave it. I let you.
What ad-lib was that?
What was that?
He.
that was a Stevie thing.
That's an ad-lib? Where do you
Yeah.
hear Michael use that in like
That's a Michael Jackson.
That's like his go-to joint every live
I
performance.
did that pretty good. That's a Michael
He
Jackson
did it on
thing.
Scream.
Perfect
He
pitch.
did it on Beat It.
And Stevie
He
was
did
like,
it
"Hey,
on-
you want something? Come on, man. Gotta give Stevie his credit, bro.
You giving him credit for he? Word?
Nah, like
We can't do that now. We ain't
no,
do that.
but Stevie did write for
Songwriting's not a part of it.
I
Gotta
know.
take songwriting out of it.
I know.
You don't have
Let me
you
finish though. He wrote and vocal produced Michael on Off the Wall for Can't Help It and a couple other records. But they cousins. So like they literally like work together. Like they used to work together a lot. So
I'm not mad at Mike at 3.
really for vocally, I always have believed Stevie is a much better Stevie is kind of like the vocalist supreme in my eye. Like he's a much better vocalist than Michael Jackson.
Michael is a bottom tier vocalist.
Mike is the much better performer, to me.
I have my body at work still moves units today. Michael Jackson he's still selling physical albums today.
Mike ain't got a
I went to a record store
nobody
and asked. I went to a record store and asked myself with my daughter there because me and my son be having these Michael Jackson versus Drake back and forth. And I went and asked. The man was telling me before the Kendrick shit, he was selling twice as many physical records in 2024 than Drake. He's like since that happened, he's probably selling 3 or 4 times as many physical units. He's still moving physical units in 2024, 2025.
If you said the 75 greatest pop singers, Mike is number 1.
We keep trying to make him pop.
How many R&B records does Mike have?
Oof.
Pop is not a category. Pop is not a category.
Mike has a lot of.
He got
R&B.
ballads. He got some ballads, but I'm
Not
talking
even
about
ballads,
strictly
but
R&B records.
mid-tempo joints, and let's not forget, we don't give the Invincible album enough credit. But
That is his R&B album. But other than that, he was going.
Pop's
more
not
of his-
disco. That was disco.
Pop's
Come
not
on.
a category.
That was disco.
Pop is not a category.
It wasn't like what you would.
They do have pop charts though.
It
Like,
wasn't
it's
R&B to me.
being made by
Mike didn't
Billboard.
make R&B music. It was
So
more.
Can't Help It ain't an R&B song.
That was disco.
Can't Help It is a disco
I can't
song.
help it. That was disco to me.
It's not. But
That's one of the
It's
greatest R&B
not.
songs.
Break of Dawn, Heaven Can Wait.
Yeah.
The Lady in My Life. Never Can Say Goodbye.
That's the Jackson 5. So.
Jackson
Yeah, but those are like those are like R&B records.
Got you.
who started this
Rock
pop
with Me
category?
is like rock with you is like on the, because disco ain't R&B.
When did we start recognizing pop as being a category? When did we start saying these aren't R&B singers, these aren't R&B records, these are pop records?
I feel like that was a 90s thing.
Mike.
Because they used to always say pop.
I don't know. Motown to me.
You kind
Motown
of
for
just
me.
not like you kind of just made your point. You kind of just made your
So
point.
what? Because my R&B doesn't sound traditionally like what it sounded
Pop
like.
did become a like. It was
was
an industry term before Michael.
It was Motown versus Stax.
Yeah.
Motown was pop music by black artists. It was pop
but
music.
it was
Pop
still
music was
considered
more.
race music.
But pop music to me, when Motown made music, it was more so. This is music from black folks that
That's
white
right.
people would accept.
Crossover.
Right.
Stax was more soul.
Right.
That was
And then
soul
it
music.
became
Soul and
pop
R&B aren't
music.
necessarily the same thing, though. I don't have to be soulful to be R&B.
no, but
Do I have to be soulful to be R&B?
I think R&B.
Chris Brown's music
R&B
So
soulful?
if that's the case,
Is Chris Brown's
so if
music
that's the
soulful?
case, then
No,
Shaka
that's
is funk.
That's funk. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that was R&B. When you think of Parliament, when you think of George Clinton, that's not R&B to me.
It's funk.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm not gonna put no funk artist in to an R&B category. But to me, Mike could sing, but Mike didn't make R&B music. He made music that was more. He was a black artist, but he made music that was specific to a genre. He made music to the people that was gonna buy the records. It's similar to what people do now.
So-
They start
so-
out with R&B. They start out with R&B, and what they do, they move to EDM. I can sing,
So
but I'm
the-
not making R&B music.
So are the Temptations not a R&B group?
The Temptations flirted with soul music, but they were a pop act.
I've never heard the Temptations referred to as a pop act before.
Motown was a pop. To me, Motown until Marvin was a pop. They had Stevie. Stevie, to me, gave them credibility. But for me, Motown had always been a pop record label. Stax, to me, was where the soul was. That was R&B music. That was R&B music. That's when you talk about the Otis Redding, the Otis Reddings,
like,
the
from
Black
the start
Moses.
through the 60s. By the time the 70s hit, Motown was on their soul, they funk soul shit.
Well, I mean, no. They definitely.
Yeah.
I think Marvin took them away that they might hadn't been expecting. So Marvin.
Well, they broke that barrier of race music where the music did actually become black music did actually become popular music.
That was what?
But
What you want to say? That was.
I don't really feel pop music as a category. I don't feel like that became a thing until maybe the 90s.
So can you say noise? Then it might have not been pop, but you can say that there was black music made to white audiences.
To white audiences.
Yeah. So
Crossover
to me, Marvin was the transition with Motown when he made what's going on. That was their transition to where they can start making music primarily for
black people.
Soul music. Until then, you kind of got Stevie, and even then Stevie was songwriting, and he was on the harmonica, but he was still talented. Little Stevie was.
And Stevie Wonder are two different acts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But when Stevie became Stevie, it was soul music. It wasn't pop. It wasn't pop music. So that's why people go to Stax. That was more so the.
Stax was like a niche record label though.
What? Otis Redding.
Niche.
Black Moses.
Niche.
What's the shit? One of the greatest instrumentals ever. Was it Green Onions?
Yeah.
Was it Green Onions?
Yeah.
That's Stax.
Niche.
I'm trying to think who was the was Mavis?
So is it kind of like neo soul?
Yes.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like neo
Yeah.
soul.
Stax was very
niche.
They were directly influential in the soul music movement.
Mm-hmm.
Stax everybody kind of acquiesced to them. Like the OJs and Gamble and Huff don't get money without Stax influence.
So Stax is
Stax had
Rufus Thomas.
Yeah.
That's who linked up with
Stax had everybody
Rufus
trying
Thomas,
to do their sound. But
Otis
were the
Redding.
soul label.
They had the original Barcades.
With Jazzy Faye Daddy.
Isaac Hayes. Johnny Taylor, the Staple Singers, the Dramatics.
Yeah, they did have Mavis Staples. Okay.
The Emotions.
Mm.
Was
So
Harold
they were
Melvin
kind
and
of
the
they
Blue
were
Notes ever over there?
stacked, huh?
Or was it?
No, they have some names. I didn't know
Like,
they
they
was.
was
I didn't know they was
stacked for
actually
real.
signing. And then later on, Stax was. It turned into from 2006. It had Angie Stone, Layla Hathaway, Leela James,
I'm
Neo
just
soul.
kidding.
Tina Marie. It's a lot of names on here, but there's more. Primarily soul acts.
Yeah.
Soul acts.
Niche. Those sound like niche acts.
Soul music is niche to you?
They're neo soul. That was the neo soul before neo soul. Absolutely. There's a reason why Music Soul Child he's only gonna perform at House of Blues. You're never gonna see him at. That's no shade, but there's a Wale too. Hell, he neo soul rap.
Neo soul rap.
That's niche. Like
Common.
whose goal is to make music for only a certain sector to appreciate?
I think you're making my point though.
What's the point is what? Because Michael Jackson's music was accepted by everybody, then
Purposely.
it's not armed.
Purposely. Mike would be like, I'm gonna show you I can make a great R&B record and or a ballad, which in my opinion was soul music back then. But primarily, my music is
For everybody.
what Drake makes.
Maybe.
Do we say Drake is? A lot of people be like Drake ain't rap.
A lot
Which,
of
which
people
Drake
say
are we
that.
talking about?
Which mic are we talking about?
I think it's all one.
No, fuck no.
Until we can say pop is an officially recognized category of music, officially recognized.
You can argue that although Mike perfected it, you can argue that Mike was a niche of the time artist. Off the Wall came out when disco was prevalent. Thriller came out when pop music was prevalent.
Who was making pop music at the same time Mike was making pop music?
Madonna.
In the 70s,
Before he predated
yacht rock
Madonna.
was big in the 70s.
Who?
Yacht rock. That's what the white people that was doing.
Yeah, the
White
Michael
Soul.
White
Bolton's.
Soul.
So is that what? Is
Michael McDonald.
Does Thriller sound like that?
Oh, he perfected that sounding. You go what? Bad? Bad to me
Them
was
motherfuckers that
rockish.
helped make Thriller, though. That's the crazy part.
Huh?
It's the same motherfuckers as the ones that helped make Thriller. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
That's the fact. But
Yeah.
then you got what? Bad was like rockish.
Yeah, Bad had a more heavy '80s rock influence.
Then Dangerous was New Jack Swing,
New Jack Swing influence.
and then
And Rodney Jerkins was the man when Invincible came out. So
that was his R&B record. That was his R&B album.
So I make music based on what's popular at the time.
that's
So
pop
it's
music.
popular music. Yeah.
Ivan, where can they find you at?
So wait,
That's popular music.
You just
so when Jackson 5 was a thing, was R&B the popular? Was that the dominant form? Of music?
no. When Jackson 5 to me, when they signed to Motown, they were making what would you call pop music back then?
Okay. So
I still think it's
So it's
pop
crossover
music.
music.
But that was that was a Motown thing though. The groups
Yeah,
and the poppy group records. That was a Motown thing.
Okay,
that
so-
wasn't just a Jackson
does
5
Beyonce
thing.
belong on the list then? It's not a hard question. I didn't think so. Does Beyonce belong on the list? Because she's at 4. Do we get rid of her too?
Nah, she belong. I feel Beyonce belongs on that list.
Not 4.
Where's Chris at?
I think he's far down.
What's the criteria again? What's the criteria? Give me the criteria.
Well, yeah, where's Chris at? That's gonna be my gauge right there.
What's
For
the criteria?
anybody,
Vocal prowess.
He's
okay.
26.
Body of work. Career longevity.
I would expect Chris to be in the middle.
He's 26.
Career longevity, industry achievements, game-changing influence, and enduring generational cultural impact.
Where's Bill
If,
Withers?
if Michael Jackson don't
Beyonce might be there.
if Michael Jackson don't embody all of these things, I
Yeah,
don't
he
know.
does.
I don't know what we talking about.
He does.
I don't know what
think
we talking
Mike
about.
Mike got the long. Mike doesn't have Beyonce's longevity.
What, are you kidding
talking
me?
about? What are you talking about?
No.
Michael Jackson started. Michael
Okay,
Jackson made-
I get that.
What
The list
was
ain't
okay? What was
including-
first? What was Mike's first album? Noise.
Mike's
70.
Are we including with his brothers?
We can do that because we can include Destiny's Child if you want to go that far.
Okay, so then
okay.
he's whooping Beyonce ass in
Fuck
the
no.
longevity.
he
world.
made music across 5
He
different
started
decades.
when he got signed when he was
But
fucking
so
7.
we're not gonna sit here and lie.
He made
I
music-
love it. Invincible is one. Invincible is up there.
Invincible was one of his best.
Mike
works
was
to me.
washed by the end. You had to really appreciate him when nobody fucking with Mike. Mike was Jacko for a while. So I'm giving Mike. I'm giving Mike.
musically.
I want you back to Dangerous.
Wait. Nobody was fucking
You're
with
not
Mike
even gonna
musically.
include history. That's crazy.
Because the only fumble he has,
Oh, I'll give you. Okay.
the only genuine fumble he has is the blood on the dance floor, which was a one-off.
Yeah. that
Okay.
was
I give you. Because I'm not gonna give you the mouse record, the rat record.
Ben,
I get you one. I want you back to history. What is that? How long is that?
that's 4 decades.
40 something years, bro.
Fuck no.
That's 4
Yes,
decades.
bruh.
60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Jackson 5.
It's 4
what was it?
decades.
Jackson 5.
When you add Invincible, that's 5 decades.
Jackson 5, I Want You Back came out in 1969.
60s,
Okay.
70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Michael Jackson made
When was
music.
history?
History
It
was
was
like
94,
90.
95,
Nah, it
somewhere
was
in there.
later than that, wasn't it?
It was like 94, 95. Maybe 96.
Yeah. Okay. 96.
Okay, what was on history? It was
Scream-
a
Scream,
fucking
Earth song.
His-
They don't really
the
care
first
about
part
us.
of history was the old shit, but the second
Come
part
on,
of
dog.
history was the new shit.
What do we mean?
I was giving you niggas history, and this is a. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit
Yeah.
is right. Oh shit
Yeah.
is right.
Yeah,
We're not
Yeah,
playing. We're not.
He went on a world
We're not
tour
playing with
off
Mike.
that bitch.
We're not playing with Mike right
nigga.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
alright,
We're not playing with
on
Mike
it.
right now. We're not playing with
Mike.
Mike.
Mike got
Nigga
fucking-
went on a world tour.
By
on
the time
greatest
he
hits.
did, by the time
The
he was
first
about to do
half,
the This Is
it's
It
a
tour,
double
it
disc.
was like 50 fucking years.
It's a double disc. The first half is all his greatest. It's like a
the
greatest,
greatest hits,
compilation.
and the second half is all new
original.
shit.
Okay. So if we go off the last Stranger
Stranger in Moscow and all that.
Stranger in Moscow was shaky. I'm gonna give you they don't care about us. They don't care about us is Mike's last major single until Invincible. That
Yeah.
was released in April 8th, 1996. So we talking about from 69 to 96. 79, 89.
That's 30 years, ain't it?
It's 30 years.
That's
That's still a long time.
Beyonce came out in
90
98.
what?
98.
90. Is it 90?
Destiny's Child like
I
98.
think 97.
No. Hell no. Destiny's Child.
So you might as well count that as 2000.
No.
I think that
That
was
was-
She's getting there. Don't get me wrong, but she
98.
ain't.
So 98, 2008, 2018.
Of the
That's
acts that
30
are
years
out
right
right
there.
now on top,
No,
she's
that's not-
the
that's
the
90
OG.
98 to 2000 to 2008, 2008 to
2018.
2018.
That's 20
So
years.
she's creeping up on 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, give me the what was the criteria? One more time. Vocal prowess, Beyonce.
Beyonce got that. Catalog.
Body of work,
Beyonce.
Beyonce got that.
career
Influence.
longevity.
Beyonce.
We got that.
She's gonna pass that by.
Are we talking about Beyonce versus Mike?
Yeah.
So you telling me Beyonce has a better body of work than Mike?
Yes.
No, man. Nah, man. Mike has a more extensive body of work, and you can't tell me you
Okay.
got a better body of
No,
work.
it's you the
than
music.
me.
You the
You
music
can't
guy.
tell me you got a better body of work than me, and you literally copy me. No.
You the music guy. Mike. You giving him 4, 5? 5, right?
Yeah.
Because he has some joints on his brother's album, but I don't know a great Jackson 5 album.
Oh, dog. The Jacksons were not known for their albums, but they hits
No, the hits was hitting.
was hitting.
But if you talk about body of work, I think she got him. She didn't clip him. Because you giving him, you giving him off the wall, Thriller, Bad,
Dangerous.
Dangerous, History. 5. As Michael Jackson music lovers, I would say Invincible, but that's my bias.
I
That's
feel.
5. Writings on the Wall. Her first album.
Dangerously in Love.
Her first album was.
Yeah, Dangerously in Love.
So
Dangerously
you got
in Love.
Writings on the Wall, Destiny Fulfilled. Her first album, Dangerously in Love. What's the one 1+1 on?
I think that's Beyonce.
That's 4, ain't it?
That's 4, I think.
She still don't got the greatest
clipped
album
him, man.
of sold
I
of
think she
all
clipped him.
time.
I think
still
she
don't
clipped
have
him.
She
I
don't
think
have
she
the
clipped
most
him.
record. The nigga has an album that is the highest selling album of all
We
time.
don't even got to start there. Mike, I just looked. Mike is at 1, he's at 12, and he's at 16. He has 3 albums in the top 20 selling albums of all time.
Oh yeah, nah.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
okay. So
Nah.
body of work. Okay,
Yeah,
what's
nah, Mike
what's
got
after
it.
body of work? What's after body of work? And then we get up out of here. What's after body of work?
You got 3 on the
Career
top. Yeah, nah.
Career
3,
longevity.
Career longevity. Industry
So far,
achievements.
that's Mike.
Industry achievements. Game-changing influence.
Mike.
Enduring generational cultural impact.
Mike.
So it's
That's the
Mike.
list. So at what point is Beyonce vocal prowess?
Mike wins that.
Vocal prowess you can have. That.
Don't get me wrong. Mike would be very
Vocal
proud
prowess. Vocal
of
prowess
Beyonce.
and body of work is Beyonce. Everything else is Mike.
Vocal prowess and body of work.
I think she's
don't
clipped
know,
him.
man.
Can't give you
I'm giving the influence of the albums. I'm giving to Mike. I gave you that.
Yeah.
But as far as like the body of work that she's put out, I think she's clipped him.
I feel it. Okay.
Because look, Mike's.
I think I think that's a circumstantial thing as far as the time. I feel like
It's subjective.
if
Either way.
if Beyonce had the luxury to have the same output as Michael, I think she would. Michael was able to not be as active, but still make a fucking earthquake every time he dropped. And don't get me wrong, Beyonce does that.
No, not on a smaller. I don't think she's not able to. She's not able to like ride through different genres as smooth as Mike did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I will say, niggas, there was a point in time where niggas was getting out of the way of a Beyonce drop.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think if you switch Beyonce and Mike, I still think you had the same level of like. I think Mike would put out the same amount of work if he was an artist coming up in the time.
I just
that
went
Beyonce
because
came out.
like when Mike started flirting with Rock, he wasn't getting backlash like she was when she started fucking with like the house and the country.
Yeah.
Once she started going through them different genres.
How many solo albums does Beyonce have?
She has quite. So she has Dangerously in Love, B-Day, I Am Sasha Fierce, 4, Beyonce, Lemonade, Renaissance, Cowboy Carter.
So it's the 8.
She has a better body of work than Mike.
She's a more extensive.
6, 7, 8. Yeah, those are solo albums, and then she has like The Lion King and.
That's 9.
Her influence. I think
the Carters.
She'll never reach his influence.
Never.
Ever. No.
Never.
But that's why I gave you that though.
That's why
I think vocally in body of work, Beyonce.
I can't. Because Mike is what? We counting 5 solo albums? We counting 5 solo albums.
To make just average solo albums. So I can't.
That's the point I'm making. Those aren't average solo albums.
Yeah, but I think that leads towards the influence. I think, like Wifey has made this point a few times, and even I'm there. Like, I'm going to turn on Beyonce before I turn on Mike today.
I'm a Mike fan. So
you can't forget the influence. You can't forget the influence. But where we are today, you throwing on Beyonce before
Beyonce's more relevant because she's made music newer.
No, I'll go to old Beyonce before I go to Mike.
That's still 20, 30 years newer.
Yeah.
Thriller still has a solid grip on America, and it dropped 40 plus years ago. Thriller's older than me.
Billboard got us, and they good at this.
Thriller is celebrated every like milestone anniversary it's had.
One of the great.
There are children
top two for me greatest albums in history, but that's only so. I only have 3 like greatest albums ever.
Okay.
My number one, and this is biased for me. My number one though is Donny Hathaway's live album.
Oh, yeah.
That is a
That's a stellar live album.
Masterpiece.
Not gonna lie to you.
That is a masterpiece. 2, Songs in the Key of Life.
Okay. All right. I'm with you.
3, Thriller. I don't think no other.
I'm not mad at
I don't think no other album.
I think the Donny Hathaway album should be in a category of its own, but I ain't mad at it.
That is a masterpiece. I'm talking about masterpiece. He might be the greatest What If.
Stevie?
Donnie.
Or Donnie. Yeah, Donnie. Yeah.
That man was talented.
Yeah.
You don't think it's Marvin?
I think Marvin
was kind of washed by the time he passed.
When did What's Going On come out?
That was early Marvin.
No, Sexual Healing. That came out when?
Wasn't that right before he passed, wasn't it?
Is it Sexual Healing or Let's Get It On? You know those 2 different albums.
And they sound.
he put them out in short span.
Like they sound.
Yeah. But What's Going On was early Marvin.
Sexual Healing dropped right before he died, though, right?
Oh.
What? Something happened. Something dropped right before he died.
Yeah, I think it was Sexual Healing. He did one last album.
Yeah, we was like Washed Marvin though.
If that's washed,
Sexual Healing, I think didn't he perform at the Grammys off that?
If that's washed, I wouldn't mind being
Sexual
washed.
Healing came out in '82.
And he died when?
What's Going On came out 10 years earlier, '71.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sexual Healing died. He dropped in '82. He died when?
I'm looking
Okay, so
So
if
he's
that,
on his way out.
if sexual healing is Watch
That was the
Marvin,
original Diddy. I don't know why ain't nobody
Damn,
talking
he
about
died
that.
the day before his birthday too.
No,
That's
because the
fucked
trio,
up.
he got passed up in the trio.
Cool.
His trio. That's why I think he got passed up. To me, Marvin's trio was Teddy and Frankie.
Frankie Beverly?
Yes.
Ooh.
I think in that trio, them was the three guys back then. I know Frankie was coming up, but Teddy was him.
All right. Well, people knew Teddy was him when he was in Harold Melvin.
And I don't know in that trio if Marvin is up top. I don't.
he's the most
That's
revered of the group.
good company to be in though. Like
Outside of Let's Get It On, what do you hear from Marvin? You gonna hear some Teddy.
Where? On Sunday nights between 10 and 2 a.m.
with Art LeBeau.
What's the one song? Up and sleeping in bed. What song is that?
Okay, so Motown
This
documentary.
nigga crazy. All right, man. Where can they find you, bro? Billboard did it again, man. Where can they find you, bro?
Young Al Bundy, YUNG_Al_Bundy on Twitter and Instagram.
Shayna_Candy everywhere.
Hey, man, July 5th, R&B sides. We'll see y'all there. Just Call Me Spence on Twitter. Views from the 7 everywhere. Views 7 Network on YouTube. Hey, man, we up out of here. Noise, thank you. I know we went up. Billboard got us, man. Billboard got us. All right, man, we up out of here. Peace. What?